I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 726. The most extravagant thing desired by desert people. When they heard that there was still a chance for those who didn't buy a house, nearly 500 million people in Jiang Chen spacetime instantly became excited again. Zioduan, is there really still a chance? I also want to live in this super futuristic city. Zio, hey, that's right. There is no doubt that this is a real doomsday arc city. Those who want to survive in the doomsday, don't miss the opportunity. Facilitator, there is a chance. What kind of opportunity can you tell me in detail? Jiang Chen saw that he had successfully attracted everyone's attention, so he decided to take the opportunity to clean up all the houses in Kanishan City and Future City at once. After cleaning up the houses in these two cities, he can pay off the debt owed to the system. Yes, there are still houses in Future City and Kanishan City. However, I'm sorry that the house price is going to double. Oh no, it should be tripled. Do you have any objection to triple the price? Jiang Chen still has many houses to sell in the future, and he will now severely cure the bad habits of those who are waiting and watching. So, Jiang Chen originally wanted to double the money, but now he decided to double it directly. Leoniu, I have to buy it even if it triples. If there were such conditions in other places, or in a big city with a population of over 100 million, the housing prices would definitely be 5 times higher than here. Dadeo, that's right. If you don't buy it at 3 times the price, are you waiting for it to increase 5-fold? Ziozliu, oh, I really regret it. The house that cost 5 million at the beginning is now 15 million. Mao Mao Chang, don't stare at that little money. Those who have the ability will act quickly, while there are still job opportunities now. Don't regret it when the factory is full of people. Smector, don't be fooled. You haven't seen the houses in Salmon City yet. After Smector finished speaking, Jiang Chen laughed. Yeah, you haven't seen the house yet. Now I'm going to take the subway directly to Salmon City. By the way, you must listen to Smidder. If you don't listen to Smidder and buy a house in advance, who will I earn 3 times the money from? In addition, Future City is the main urban area, and Kanishan City is a tourist city. There are limited houses and they will probably be gone in a while. When you have confirmed Salmon City, it will be gone, if you want to buy it. If you don't buy a house, you will save millions at once. Congratulations. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, those people who were fooled by Smidder and waited and watched wanted to kill someone. Kang Ming Lantern, damn Smidder. I didn't believe you earlier. I saved at least 10 million. I want to kill you. Killin, the dog of Hanshao country. Whoever buys their things in the future is a fucking turtle bastard. Yijiang Chunshu, there is no good person in Hanshao country. How many people did he kill in Shangjing last time? He has harmed everyone's safety again. He wants to pay 3 times the money to buy a house for no reason. Who of you can forgive him? Rice, fuck him. Let's exchange money together and kill this guy. After a group of people finished cursing, someone soon sent the address of a person named Simida to the chat group. As soon as the address was sent, Simida fell silent. Jiang Chen estimated that he would definitely not have a good ending. As for whether he can save his life, it is still hard to say. After all, how much money did he cause others to spend in vain? And that vain money is money that others can never earn in their lifetime. On the way to Salmon City, Jiang Chen sent a text message to Li Yiren. He asked Li Yiren to prepare for a large number of immigrants to flow into the registration center, and then urgently summoned network engineers to open up the immigration background of the 2 cities. After the text message was sent, Li Yiren was already busy like a spinning top. The Future City Immigration Center, the place that controls all immigration, is now fully prepared. People who were originally on vacation also rushed back, because the original work mode was 2 shifts, so many people did not have computers. For this reason, Li Yiren urgently purchased a large number of computers from the computer town, and then opened several floors of the immigration building as a new office space. Li Yiren was busy, but when Jiang Chen arrived in Salmon City, it was already dark. Coming out of the subway, a brightly lit city suddenly appeared in front of him. "This is Salmon City," Jiang Chen said, and he led everyone to walk towards the city. Walking to the tallest Wangdu Tower in Salmon City, standing on the Wangdu Tower, and overlooking the entire city, Salmon City with its tic-tac-toe streets is indeed different. Xiao Fenfang, I'm sure this is a new city, because I have climbed the tallest building in all the cities in the Sahara region, and looking at the city from the tallest building, this is a city I have never seen before. Datao, it must be a new city. Didn't you see that there is no one on the street? If it was any other city, the street would have been crowded with people. Hengha, are those high-rise buildings the houses we bought? They look great, isn't it? The houses in Salmon City are basically high-rise buildings, at least no less than 40 high-rise buildings. Moreover, these buildings look very textured, with novel designs and bright glass. Of course, more importantly, when you stand in the city and look up, you can see not only the neon lights on the streets, but also the endless starry sky. The starry sky, this is something that everyone in the desert era longs for. Yes, that is your home. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and a smile appeared on his face. Money can buy a house, but it can't buy a home. At least here, Jiang Chen can give them a home under the blue sky, white clouds and the starry sky. Knowing heart, that's great. Hahaha, a house bought at 11,000 square meters can't buy a good location even in our small city. Now I live in a super city. I'm so lucky. Misty Rain, when can I move in? I can't wait to live there. Tadpole looking for mom. Anchor, are there any houses in Salmon City? I want to go to Salmon City, because Future City is too expensive. Tiger, I want to go to Salmon too. My economic level can only live in Salmon City, and I can't afford it in Canishan City. After a group of people asked, Jiang Chen shook his head helplessly. Some people missed it and missed it. There is no regret medicine in this world. I'm sorry, Salmon's house has been sold out. Friends who bought houses in Salmon, you can pack up and get ready to go now. Next Monday, the subways in the entire Future City area will be fully opened and operational, and our Salmon's house will also be open next Monday. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and those who paid the money were even more excited when they heard that they could move into the new house on Monday. Moenai, that's great. But we haven't chosen a house yet. Fake medicine stopped for one day. How to choose a house? So many people are queuing up to choose. Then how long will it take to choose? Speaking of choosing a house, Jiang Chen laughed. He would not let them come one by one to choose a house by themselves. After all, he didn't have so many people to accompany them to choose a house. You don't have to choose a house. The house is randomly assigned by the system and is assigned first according to the order of your purchase. So, those who pay early have a good location, and those who pay later have a bad location. Starting tomorrow, your keys will be mailed to you by express delivery. Please wait at home to receive the keys. Chapter 727 Salmon's Appointment Letter. The keys were delivered to each owner by post. This was discussed in advance by Jiang Chen with the new mayor of Salmon City, Jin Haoming. That's right, because Jin Haoming had outstanding work performance, and he had successfully led more than 1,000 companies to settle in Salmon City. Jiang Chen was going to appoint Jin Haoming as the first mayor of Salmon City. After the appointment was issued, while Jiang Chen was building the city, Jin Haoming and the CEOs of the companies that moved in jointly formed the leadership team of the Salmon City government. Now they are short of a senate formed by workers. As for the senate formed by workers, this matter will have to wait until the entire Salmon City is put into operation, and then it will be voted on by various companies. By the way, let me say one more thing. All the houses in Salmon City are not decorated, but you don't have to worry about the decoration. We have a special decoration town in the Future City, and I will send all the floor plans to them tomorrow. When you arrive, you can log into the official website of the decoration town to choose the decoration style you like. After choosing, you can make an appointment online directly, submit the payment, and wait for the decoration. Now I kindly remind you that you can see your house floor plan in the background in an hour. After seeing the floor plan, you can go online to choose the decoration in advance. The decoration town in the Future City is now a very mature town. This town brings together the top interior design experts in China and even the world. As long as you have money, they can design it for you. And now the decoration town has also adopted modern operating facilities, and their decoration renderings will all be displayed online. This is just like Taobao. If you like any set, you can place an order directly on the decoration drawing. After the order is completed, you only need to report your room number, and the decoration engineering team will go directly to your room for decoration. Of course, you can also choose to customize, but the price of customized is very expensive. Generally, those who choose customized are owners of houses with an area of more than 200 square meters or single-family villas. Kitty, is the decoration of the decoration town reliable? Gossip, you still have to watch the decoration yourself. After all, if those workers make trouble, you will live uncomfortably for the rest of your life. Little wolf, they won't pass off inferior goods as good ones. A group of people talked about decoration, and soon someone started talking. After all, many people have decoration experience. There are many decoration companies in the world, as numerous as cattle hair. It is precisely because of the large number that many decoration engineering teams have poor standards. Don't worry about this, all the decoration companies in the decoration town are state-owned decoration companies. You can be absolutely assured of Sahara's quality. That's right, there are more than 50 decoration companies of all sizes in the decoration town. These more than 50 decoration companies have to serve the entire future city, and their scale can be imagined. Therefore, almost every decoration company has tens of thousands of employees, all of whom are organized by the Sahara Group, and all the materials they use are directly supplied by the Sahara Group. In addition, in order to improve the quality of service, all houses renovated by Sahara Decoration Company will be specially inspected and accepted by Sahara Decoration Association Quality Inspection Company. Sahara Decoration Association is directly affiliated to Sahara Group Quality Supervision Bureau. Their acceptance is very strict. Even if there is a little flaw, they will never review and approve it. For any house that has not been reviewed and approved by the Decoration Association, their decoration task will never be completed. But if they cannot complete the decoration task within the specified time, then they have violated the decoration agreement. The consequence of violating the decoration agreement means that you will serve the customer for free. Not only do you serve others for free, but the Quality Supervision Bureau will also impose a huge fine on your company. Once the Quality Supervision Bureau finds your company will definitely fine the engineering team, and may even disband your engineering team. Once your engineering team is disbanded, it means that you have lost the opportunity to work in Sahara Group. Who is willing to throw away their iron rice bowl these days? So everything that comes out of the decoration town is definitely a fine product. It is precisely because of this that the decoration price of the decoration town will be more expensive in other places. Red Panda, don't worry, as long as you choose a decoration company and report your house number, it will be decorated for you within a month. Big Lazy Bug, my villa was decorated in 2 months, and the quality of the decoration is absolutely impeccable. By the way, if you are not satisfied with the decoration, you can also complain to him, but I don't recommend you to complain to them, because once you complain to them, they may lose their jobs. Future City Furniture Town, here I will advertise. When your house is decorated, remember to come to our official website of Future City Furniture Town to choose furniture. Our Future City Furniture Town will provide you with furniture combinations of all types of apartments within 24 hours. If you place an order in advance, we will also have discounts. Future City Home Appliance Town, I suggest that furniture and home appliances be purchased at the same time. We are all public owned. Choosing our public owned quality is absolutely guaranteed. When Jiang Chen built the future city, many of these infrastructure towns were public owned. The purpose of insisting on doing so is to ensure that they can complete the orders they have issued in a timely manner. Of course, with the continuous increase in the population of the future city and the entry of various brands from various countries, the Sahara people now have more choices. Jiang Chen also allows the existence of these private economies. After all, the coexistence of private and public economies will also play a spurring role on public economies. However, in Jiang Chen's live broadcast, he never advertises for private enterprises. First, of course, it is to make money. Second, Jiang Chen is absolutely sure of his own business, but he is not so sure about other private enterprises. After Jiang Chen introduced the decoration of Salmon City to everyone, in the dazzling neon lights of the city, the 4 crisscrossing super commercial streets quickly attracted everyone's attention. Jiangnan Fur, Anchor, I would like to ask if the street side stores in Salmon City are for sale? South China Clothing, yes, I would like to ask this question too. Old Phoenix Gold, we want to enter the market of Future City. May I ask, are there any stores in Future City or its subordinate cities? A city that will soon have a population of over 100 million, and it is also a tourist city, so domestic companies that were originally not optimistic about Future City have also begun to look here. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 728, The End of Devour Automobile. Speaking of stores, Jiang Chen thought about it carefully. At least half of the ground in Future City is vacant. The stores in Kingshan City and Sac City are basically sold out, and 2/3 of the stores in Kanishan City are vacant. Of course, no store in Salmon City is rented out. So when someone mentioned the store, Jiang Chen could take the opportunity to advertise. Shops in Salmon City are only for rent, and not for sale. Not only the shops in all the cities under Salmon Future City, but all of them are only for rent, and not for sale. So those who want to do business here, you can now apply for shops in these cities through the backstage. Of course, if you want to apply, I have to tell you in advance. All shops in Future City and its subordinate cities must be applied for 3 years. In addition, when applying, you must pay a deposit of no less than 100,000. This deposit will be returned to you when you return the shop. In addition, individuals are not allowed to sublet shops in Future City and its subordinate cities. Once it is discovered that you have sublet, your 100,000 deposit will be confiscated. Jiang Chen is very strict in managing shops and houses in Future City and its subordinate cities. The reason he did this was to prevent someone from trying to speculate on houses in the Future City area. And all those who bought Salmon's house, I remind you again. Salmon's house is the same as the houses in other cities under Future City. The house you bought cannot be rented out or sold. If you want to sell the house, we will buy it back at the original price. All the houses we buy back will be sold through the official website of the Housing Administration Bureau. Houses in Jiangcheng are just for living. It has one and only one function. So those who try to invest in houses in Future City will only face depreciation and no appreciation. Old Phoenix Silver House, where can I apply? Future City Housing Administration. You can apply directly at the Store Management Center of the Housing Administration Bureau in the city you want to invest in. At night, the wind in Wangdu building is getting stronger and stronger. This autumn wind has a hint of coolness. Jiang Chen tightened his clothes. After a busy day, it was time to go off the live broadcast and rest. When he was about to go off the live broadcast, Jiang Chen's mobile phone rang. Jiang Chen clicked to send a text message. The text message was sent by the Immigration Bureau. The immigration quotas for Future City and Kanishan City have all been filled. I can remind you that you don't need to apply anymore. The person who edited this text message was Li Yiren from the Immigration Bureau. At this moment, Li Yiren threw away her phone after sending the message, lay on the soft armchair, rubbed her tired eyes, and prepared to rest. Fortunately, over the past year, the team she led has been constantly following the immigration system of some immigration headquarters, otherwise it would be really difficult for her to have so many emotions. I just received news that all the houses in Future City and Kanishan City have been sold. You don't need to apply for these 2 cities anymore. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he seemed to see trillions of yuan pouring into his bank card. After deducting the funds needed for urban development from the house sales, and then deducting the tax on the house sales, Jiang Chen can get at least 1/10. And this 1/10 is enough for him to repay the money he borrowed from the system. Not only can he repay the money he borrowed from the system, but this money can even help him build another city. It's time to take a good rest. Autumn is one of the most beautiful seasons in the Sahara scenic area. Jiang Chen seemed to have seen himself strolling in the wind and forest. Little Red Riding Hood, how come it's so fast? I'm already so fast, why haven't I applied yet? Where is my brother going? Anchor, are there any houses left? I was drinking outside, and I just came back, and saw the live broadcast. A group of people asked, and those who were originally hesitant instantly regretted it. It turns out that when people hesitate, the opportunity will slip away quietly. Wait for my next live broadcast. Okay, that's it for today. I wish you all a good dream. Jiang Chen said this, and turned off the live broadcast. After turning off the live broadcast, he took the elevator back to the streets of Salmon City. The streets of Salmon City were empty, but in less than a month, there will be people coming and going here. Forget it, let's go back to the Special Zone transfer station first. Jiang Chen's car was still parked at the Special Zone transfer station, and taking advantage of the night, Jiang Chen wanted to plant the city of the Special Zone transfer station directly. After all the subways are open next Monday, it will be difficult for him to build a house in the Special Zone transfer station. Taking the subway to the Special Zone transfer station again, Jiang Chen began to get busy in the night. It took Jiang Chen a whole month to build a city that can accommodate 4 to 5 million people. It can be said that this is a small city, at least it is a small city for other cities in the future city. But for other places in China, it is already a medium-sized city. After building the city, Jiang Chen was not in a hurry to sell it. Seeing that winter was coming, Jiang Chen looked at the Hanqiao country again. At the beginning of winter, the north was getting colder and colder. At this moment, the industry of the Hanqiao country has ushered in its real winter. The first is the automobile industry on which they rely for survival. Since losing the market in China, devour automobile has lost the market in the whole world. In the past 6 months, he has still not lived comfortably. In the Hanqiao country, Cui Chenghao's government originally wanted to save devour automobile by raising tariffs on other automobile companies. But the people did not buy their account. After all, everyone is not a fool who is willing to spend the same money to buy a car that is several grades behind others. So under everyone's protest, Cui Chenghao's government had to lower the tariffs on foreign car companies again. After tariffs on other automakers were lowered, Dalian Auto Group also received support from Sahara Technology. So Dalian Auto, equipped with number 3 second generation batteries, Sahara Steel and Sahara Automotive Glass, began to take off. Dalian Auto's sales in late summer exceeded that of devour Auto by 3 times. Not only that, as banks tightened their loans to devour Auto, devour Group had to close many of its automotive design and development departments. It was also because of the large-scale layoffs in China that Dalian Auto got many R&D personnel from devour Group. It was also because of this that devour Auto was completely on the road to death. In mid-autumn, devour Auto closed its last production line in China. At the end of autumn, due to no sales for several consecutive months, devour Auto had to close its 4S stores in China and then initiate bankruptcy proceedings. In winter, when snowflakes fell in the north, the once famous devour Auto officially went bankrupt. Before devour Auto went bankrupt, President devour borrowed usury everywhere to save devour Auto. So after devour Auto went bankrupt, many loan sharks chased President devour for debts. In addition, because there was no financial guarantee, the president of devour Automobile had to disband the bodyguard team. Disbanding the bodyguard team was a big problem, because the online shopping party was very concerned about his head. Chapter 729, The Killer Ready to Move. The head of Lijiang Minimum, the president of devour Automobile, is worth tens of millions. So when the president of devour Group dismissed his bodyguard team, the assassins hiding in Hanqiao country became interested in the president of devour Group. Not only those assassins, but even some desperate men in Hanqiao country have set their sights on the president of devour Automobile. Time flies. In the middle of winter, on a rare sunny day, Fatty Wang specially called Jiang Chen to go to the grassland to eat mutton hot pot. Halfway through the mutton, Jiang Chen's phone rang. Jiang Chen saw that the number was from Hanqiao country, and he thought it was Lao Jin who changed his number. Hello, Lao Jin. Where are you now? Come to Wang Fatty's grassland to drink mutton soup. when you have time. In the past few months, after the Salmon City factory was put into use, most of the workers have come. Laojin has spent a lot of effort to form a coalition government of workers and businessmen, so Jiang Chen has not disturbed him during this period of time. Jiang Chen was just thinking about calling him after he was done with his work and then having a meal together to comfort him. I'm Li Zengmin. There's an old saying in your country, one person is responsible for his own actions. Indeed, I did sleep with Zai Yi several times, and I also beat her and called her a Chinese bitch. But now I have nothing. Can you spare my family? The person on the other end of the phone was a man who didn't speak fluent Chinese. His voice was a little hoarse, and his voice was full of fatigue. How do you know my number? Jiang Chen was a little surprised when he heard that the man was Li Zengmin from the devour automobile group, because not many outsiders knew his mobile phone number. I sent someone to investigate you. How about it? I'll give you the head, just as a sacrifice for Zai Yi's life, and spare my wife and children. Li Zengmin's voice was full of pleading. Such a big boss in the automotive industry, 1 or 2 years ago, no one would believe that he would be so humble. However, Jiang Chen is not a good person. After all, he knows that if you don't get rid of the roots, there will be endless troubles. When you tortured Zai Yi, did you ever think about her family? When I issued the notice, did you come to say a word of apology to Zai Yi? Now you have nothing, and you know how to beg for mercy? Jiang Chen snorted coldly after he finished speaking. He was not a soft-hearted person. I have no choice. I represent the devour group. I can't just do it for a singer. Before the other party finished speaking, Jiang Chen hung up the phone. After hanging up the phone, he directly removed the phone card and threw it away. People are like this, always making excuses for themselves, and always thinking that they are not wrong. So what else can I say in this case? Brother Jiang, who is it? In the tent, the hot pot was boiling, and the whole glass was covered with white flowers. Fatty Wang asked while eating mutton. Looking at Fatty Wang, Jiang Chen picked up a glass of wine and said, "No one. Come on, let's go. Today, we won't go home until we are drunk. Okay, we won't go home until we are drunk." After speaking, several people raised their glasses and drank. The people who were able to accompany Jiang Chen to drink at the Grassland Tent Hotel this time were all Wang Pang's confidants, and they were also the core leaders of Wang Pang's 210 billion group companies. At night, after drinking, Jiang Chen stayed directly in the hotel, opened by Wang Pangzi. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Jiang Chen got a new mobile phone number. After the new mobile phone number was delivered, Jiang Chen's phone rang soon. Brother Jiang, Li Zengmin was crushed to death by a truck while driving to Southeast Asia. Tomorrow the Philippine government will issue a notice that his whole family died in a traffic accident and the truck driver was driving fatigued. The person who called was the president of the Bermuda Oasis scenic area and also the person in charge of special tasks under Jiang Chen. Very good, very well done. I will arrange the payment immediately. Brother Jiang, the deputy director of Psy TV station is under a lot of pressure now. He has been actively contacting me recently. See if we can. Now it is better to kill people than to kill them, especially those people in the cold tide country who are very hostile to them. It must be said that the cold tide country is also very influential in the world at this time. It is one of the few developed countries in Asia. Therefore, even if Jiang Chen wins the war against Han Chao country, he will still lose the war. However, if Jiang Chen can let them speak out about the shame of Han Chao country's entertainment industry and the extravagance and evil of these wealthy families, then there is no doubt that Jiang Chen will have the upper hand at least in terms of name and justice. What did he say? He heard that Li Zengmin has reached a dead end, so he knows that we will definitely take action against him next. So he asked someone to tell me that, if we can let him go, he is willing to do anything. Song Changkan, the deputy director of Psy TV station, is not having a good time now. Although he is the deputy director of the TV station, his salary is not as high as everyone imagines. Especially now that the TV station's advertising revenue and various other incomes have dropped sharply, their TV station can't even pay out the year-end bonus. Moreover, Song Chen recently received another news that, because of his sex scandal, the station is going to fire him to build a good relationship with Zai Entertainment Company. Now Zai Entertainment Company controls the most popular artists in Hancheo country. He asked that the TV station is now facing the dilemma of having no one available. Moreover, some popular TV programs are now controlled by the TV station controlled by Jiang Chen. This means that, if Psy TV station does not kick out Song Chen who offended Jiang Chen, then their TV station will never get the copyright of some programs. They will never get the support of the artists of Zai Entertainment Company. When the station was ready to kick him out, to save the TV station, Song Chen was dumbfounded. Now he is like a rat crossing the street in the cold tide country, and like a hot potato. As long as he leaves Psy TV station, no place dares to recruit him. In order to save his life, Song Chen almost spent all his money on hiring security. Once the TV station fires him, it means that he will no longer have the funds to hire bodyguards. Once he loses the protection of bodyguards, he will face a miserable death. Brother Jiang, do you think we should continue to hunt him down, or let him surrender? If we continue to hunt him down, I'm sure we can get rid of him before the arrival of spring. After the president of the Bermuda scenic spot on the other end of the phone finished speaking, Jiang Chen began to think. After thinking for a long time, Jiang Chen finally made a decision. Allow him to surrender, but I have some requirements. If he can do it, I will save his life. What requirements? I think he can definitely do it. No matter how arrogant you are these days, if you meet a real strong man, you will be like a grasshopper in a pot. And now people cherish their lives. Even if you don't cherish your own life, you will take care of the lives of your family. Chapter 730, Waiting for the Money. After Jiang Chen sent his request to the president of the Bermuda scenic area, he went back to the tent to rest. Jiang Chen has a lot of things to do in winter, and winter is also the busiest time for the entire Future City and Sahara Group. Because winter is the end of the year, Sahara Group and each city in Future City have to make a year-end summary. Of course, winter is also the happiest time for Jiang Chen, because after all the liquidations are completed, he will get his own shares as agreed. Don't underestimate this part of the shares. Now the entire Sahara Group has more than 500 or 600 companies of all sizes. Among these companies, there are no less than a dozen companies like Sahara Power and Sahara Scenic Area Management Group that are worth tens of billions or even close to hundreds of billions. This is not to mention the Sahara Metro Group and Salmon Store Management Group that have been put into operation. A small Salmon Store Management Group, which is not even a tourist city in the Future City area, has an annual income of tens of billions with more than 100,000 stores. In such a powerful group, Jiang Chen owns at least 0.7% of the shares, and at most 10% of the shares. Therefore, the end of the year is the happiest time for Jiang Chen. After all, who wouldn't be happy when counting money until his hands are tired? You must attend the annual awards ceremony of Future City Media Group tomorrow. Many foreign media have been invited this time. Be careful when you speak, and don't say the usual swear words. Yes. Also, you will attend the annual meeting of Sahara Group at noon tomorrow. No matter how Lao Chen persuades you to drink, don't drink too much, because you will attend the government dinner in Future City in the evening. Future City is now your foundation. I have asked my friends in the United States to inquire about it. Now the United States has noticed you. Therefore, the officials of Future City cannot be disappointed. Got it? Stand up straight, and wear your suit neatly. The dinner in Sac City will start in half an hour tonight. Let's go now. Also, the day after tomorrow, you must turn down Wang Pang's invitation. You must go to Kerry City. Kerry City is now our frontier position. The people living there are all Salmon people. The Salmon people will be the symbol of our legal ownership of the land here. So, the day after tomorrow, you must go to Kerry City to express your condolences. And, in a villa, Li Yiren, who was dressed in a professional suit, kept reminding Jiang Chen while arranging his suit. Now she has become Jiang Chen's full-time secretary. Well, I won't forget it. By the way, I will go to Kerry City during the day after tomorrow, and I will go to Wang Pang's place the day after tomorrow night. I promised him, and I have to do it. Okay, if you don't mind the rush, you can go now. The driver is waiting at the door. Li Yiren said, and was about to send Jiang Chen out. When he reached the door, Jiang Chen looked at Li Yiren behind him. He thought for a while and said, Yiren, you can either hand over the work of the immigration department to someone else. How about you be my secretary in the future? You wish. Let's go quickly. Don't come to me tonight. I have to work overtime tonight. Everyone has money before the new year. So I quickly set up the sales background of the special zone transit city and sold all the houses in the transit city before the new year. I have contacted several European arms companies to see if I can get some weapons with cash points. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Indeed, he did not think much about this. After leaving the wooden house town and rushing to Sac City, it was already dark. After getting off the bus, although it was winter, there was no snow in Sac City, so there were many people on the street. Looking at the flashing neon lights everywhere and the happy girls carrying large and small shopping bags, Jiang Chen's mood also improved. Brother Jiang, the municipal summary is at Sunken Hotel, and Mayor Song Weeping has been waiting for you there for a long time. Okay, let's go. In the parking lot of Sunken Hotel, Jiang Chen just left the parking lot when he heard a shout at the entrance of the hotel. Hearing the shout, Jiang Chen hurried over. As soon as he ran over, he saw two security guards at the entrance of the hotel expelling a disabled child climbing on a skateboard. Go, you can't beg here. Let go. If you don't let go, I'll throw you on the street. The two security guards waved their batons to scare the child, but the 11 or 12-year-old child with broken legs just held the tree at the entrance of the hotel with both hands and refused to let go. I won't leave. I won't beg for food from you. I want to see Mayor Song. Get lost. Mayor Song doesn't have time to see you. I'm telling you, don't be ignorant. The leader is here today. If you dare to cause trouble, I have the right to throw you on the road now. Stop talking nonsense. I'll count to 3. If you don't let go, I'll hit you right away. 1, 2. Just hit him. Damn it. After Mayor Song allowed begging, Sac City will be occupied by these disabled beggars. 3. Okay, I'll hit you. Don't blame me. You asked for it. The security guard raised his baton and hit the child's arm twice, but the child just held onto the tree tightly and refused to let go. A security guard kicked the skateboard and threw him away, and half of the child's body was hanging on the ground. Go. Damn it. The security guard hit the child a few more times, and the child's head was bleeding, but the child still held onto the tree tightly and refused to let go. I want to see the leader. I want to see the leader. If you can't kill me, I will see the leader. The security guard saw that the time was almost up, so one of them raised his foot and kicked the child's arm hard. From a distance, a cracking sound was heard, and the child's arm that was holding the tree broke. Even though his arm was broken, the child did not scream, as if he was afraid of his own screams. Okay, your bones are tough, right? I'll make you tough. When a pair of big feet kicked the child's only healthy arm again, the child gently closed his eyes. He knew that he had failed. This was not the first time he had failed. Last time, he lost his legs because of this. And this time, I'm afraid he can never go back. Ah. Damn. Who the hell kicked me? The child opened his eyes, and his broken hand was already lying on the grass, but his healthy arm was still firmly hugging the tree trunk. Bang. Before the security guard finished speaking, a black man came up and started beating him. Another security guard wanted to help, but when he saw the young man standing under the light, he stood there and dared not move. Leader. In an instant, the security guard felt that his world had fallen. That's right, the last thing they wanted to see was Jiang Chen seeing the disabled beggar in front of him, because it was related to the reputation of their hotel. But now, Jiang Chen not only saw the beggar, but also saw that he had broken his arm with his own hands. Chapter 731. Persistence in guarding with life. Leader. You don't need to explain anything to me. I believe the Sac City court would prefer to hear your explanation. Jiang Chen walked to the boy who was holding the apricot tree with one hand. At this moment, the boy was already covered in blood. Leader. The boy loosened his hand and saw with the light that his fingers had sunk deeply into the bark. looking at the excited and pious face of the child, the look of God in his eyes. Even though he was in hell, Jiang Chen's eyes moistened in an instant. Jiang Chen promised everyone who was willing to join him that, if he followed him, he would fight for his life to give you happiness. But what about now? He was not afraid of building alone in the winter without sleep. He was not afraid of struggling alone in the desert. He was afraid of this kind of despair. This kind of despair of the people at the bottom of society. Don't be afraid, it's okay, you will get better. Jiang Chen walked to the child, leaned down and gently picked up the child who had lost his legs. The child who was lying on Jiang Chen's back and was strong enough to never let himself cry suddenly burst into tears, and Jiang Chen also cried. The child cried because no one had hugged him again since he left his hometown. Jiang Chen cried because the child's body was very light, so light that Jiang Chen felt as if he was holding a ball of cotton. Why do people always have to endure the pain in this world? Brother Jiang, the annual meeting is about to start. How about I take him to the hospital and you go to the meeting first? No. Jiang Chen turned around and walked towards the parking lot. Brother Long, the driver and bodyguard, hurriedly chased after him. Brother Jiang, Minister Li said that the annual meeting in Sac City must be attended. Sac City is a city of the Salmon people, and the Salmon people, human life is the most important. It doesn't matter whether they are Salmon people or Chinese people here, as long as they are Sahara people, they are all my people. As long as they are my people, they are equal. There is no respect or inferiority in front of human life. At least it is the case with Jiang Chen. The IQ room of the first affiliated hospital of Sahara University of Pharmacy is the only hospital in Sac City and even in the entire Sahara region that can compete with Sahara Hospital. Half an hour after the boy was pushed in, Song Weeping and others arrived. Song Weeping was sweating profusely because he ran in a hurry, and he even fell down when he just ran to the door of the IQ ward. Brother Jiang, I'm sorry, it's my fault, it's all my fault. Song Weeping's Chinese is getting more and more fluent. Although Salmon is also a common language in Sac City, Song Weeping insists on speaking Chinese. Jiang Chen helped Song Weeping up from the ground. At this moment, Jiang Chen's heart was full of mixed feelings. Song Weeping, this is a person he cannot offend, even though he is his subordinate. Because Song Weeping is the leader of the Salmon people and a hero of the Salmon people. Until now, the Salmon people think that their Song Weeping's youth army liberated their Sac City because Song Weeping worships Jiang Chen, so the Salmon people follow and believe in Jiang Chen, the so-called desert god. The results of the matter have not come out yet. Now is not the time to admit your mistakes. I believe you certainly did not do it on purpose. Although Jiang Chen did not want to offend Song Weeping, he knew that Song Weeping and other leaders of the youth army were Jiang Chen's die-hard fans. They worshipped Jiang Chen, the desert god, to the point that they were willing to go through fire and water for him. They worshipped Jiang Chen and regarded every word of Jiang Chen as the will of God. So Jiang Chen felt that Song Weeping would not do such a thing. Song Weeping and others just sat at the door of the intensive care unit and waited with Jiang Chen. More than an hour later, the door of the intensive care unit was pushed open, and several doctors came out of the intensive care unit. What's going on? Jiang Chen asked hurriedly when he saw the doctor coming out. A large group of people behind Jiang Chen also gathered around. This was the first time this doctor had seen so many big shots. It's okay, his life is saved. His broken arm has been reattached. His legs can't be saved, but don't worry, Jiang. We will install prosthetic limbs for him later. Our prosthetic limbs are AI technology. After installation, although it can't be said that he is like a normal person, at least he can live a normal life. As long as the director of the pharmaceutical hospital said so, it means that the little boy has received the best treatment he can get. Thank you, doctor. By the way, the medical expenses will be charged to my account later. Can we go in and take a look now? Jiang Chen wanted to know why he risked his life to wait for him at the door of the hotel, so he couldn't wait to enter the ward. No, all the bills are on me. I will pay for it. If you get injured in my city, it's my responsibility. After Song Weeping finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Since he said so, why should Jiang Chen be polite? Okay, pay from him. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, everyone was embarrassed. Fortunately, Song Weeping reacted quickly. He pointed to a deputy mayor behind him and said, after the new year, a special fund will be allocated for the settlement of homeless people on the streets. After Song Weeping finished speaking, the deputy mayor nodded hurriedly and said, okay, we have arranged 100 million yuan this year to subsidize the people at the bottom of society. Really? Then you have to check for me where the money was spent? With so much money, why are there still so many poor people? It would have been better if the deputy mayor didn't say anything. As soon as he said it, Song Weeping exploded instantly. Song Weeping is really not as good as Jiang Chen in terms of temper. The deputy mayor in his 30s saw Song Weeping with bulging veins on his face. He wiped the sweat from his head and reported. Song Weeping's majesty in Sac City was the most clear to him. This is Jiang Chen's most ardent believer, and he can't tolerate even the slightest scum in his eyes. If Jiang Chen hadn't asked him to manage Sac City, he would have run to the desert to fight against the death sand with Jiang Chen. Well, according to our subsidy plan, we only support residents whose income is lower than the average level of our city. Moreover, to get this money, you must be a foreigner with a Sac City household registration, or working in Sac City. These beggars don't have our household registration, they all have Chinese household registration. After the deputy mayor finished speaking, Song Weeping frowned and said, no matter where the household registration is, as long as he lives in Sac City, he has to enjoy this part of the subsidy. Yes, he should enjoy it. According to the regulations of our Public Security Administration, anyone who does not have a work permit, residence permit or travel permit is not allowed to stay in Sac City. These people have none of the above documents. Moreover, there is one more thing, we have sent people to observe them. After our analysis for 10 consecutive days, it shows that their daily income is at least more than 1,000. Because it rained heavily that day, the maximum daily income is more than 30,000. Such people do not meet our minimum subsidy standards at all. Chapter 732, Begging for a daily income of 30,000. Jiang Chen was shocked. He was shocked that in Sac City, where the average salary was 20,000, someone could earn 30,000 a day by begging. Sac City is only half a tourist city. If these people went to Future City, a major tourist city, where there are tens of millions of tourists, how much money would they earn? At the door of the intensive care unit, Song Weeping, who was originally furious, fell silent. So, we can't help them. We can only subsidize those whose salary is less than 6,000. After the deputy mayor finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already stood up and walked towards the intensive care unit. He didn't understand why they wanted to stop him, even though they earned so much money. According to reason, Jiang Chen should expel them for affecting the city's image, because they are not residents of Future City. Inside the house, the young man had woken up, but at this moment, he was still lying on the bed a little weak. Seeing Jiang Chen coming, the boy hurriedly struggled to get up. No, lie down quietly. Jiang Chen did not hate him. On the contrary, the strength he showed made Jiang Chen admire him very much. Leader. Jiang Chen took a stool and sat next to the little boy. When he looked up, the boy looked at Jiang Chen and started crying. Jiang Chen reached out and touched his dirty long hair. He seemed like a child who had suffered a great injustice and had just met his parents. He was very similar to himself at that time, but when he was wronged, no one had ever supported him. Don't be afraid. What's your name? Huashan. Leader, please save my sister. If it's any later, she will die. The little boy said this and got up from the bed with his arms. Because he had no legs, it was very difficult for him to get up. Looking at the little boy, Jiang Chen suddenly felt something was wrong. He hurriedly helped the little boy up and let him lean on the pillow. Don't worry, what's wrong with your sister? Is she sick? Woo woo, she's not sick, she's not sick. When he mentioned his sister, the little boy started crying again. Jiang Chen heard that the child's sister was not sick, and his heart was relieved. How can she die if she's not sick? They are going to dig out her heart. I heard it. They are going to dig out her heart tonight and sell it to a rich man in the city. They're all liars. They said they'd give us freedom if I made enough money. They're all liars. When he mentioned them, the little boy's eyes were full of anger, but that anger was also full of fear, so fearful that the little boy couldn't help but shrink back a lot. Who are they? Jiang Chen stood up straighter. There were actually people in this world who dared to kill people on his chassis? This was simply unimaginable. They're the ones who brought us here. All the beggars in the city are theirs, and all the disabled beggars are theirs. You can't run away. You can't run away. If you can't run away, your legs will be broken. If you can't get the money, your hands will be chopped off. And if you can't get the money, your eyes will be gouged out. Gouging out my eyes. I don't want to dig out my eyes. I don't want to dig out my eyes. Suddenly, the little boy lost control, and Jiang Chen instantly realized the seriousness of the matter. Song weeping. Jiang Chen shouted, and Song weeping hurriedly ran in from the door. Seeing that the little boy on the bed was crazy again, Song weeping shouted towards the door, Din Che, come quickly. Not long after, Din Che rushed in with several doctors. After Din Che came in, he hurriedly asked someone to hold down the crazy boy and gave him an injection of diazepam. The boy calmed down. 2 medical staff helped the little boy lie down. The little boy's face was scratched by himself, and the blood flowed on the white sheets so red. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. There is a leader, and the leader can drive away all demons. Song weeping also comforted the little boy. Soon the doctor nodded to Jiang Chen and said, let him rest. Coming out of the ward, Jiang Chen's teeth were creaking. There were people who dug out people's eyes and chopped off people's feet in his territory. This is unbearable. Lock down the city. Brother Jiang, locking down the city will cause panic. We have to lock down the city, even if it causes panic. Right now, lock down the city. I want to catch all those people in one fell swoop. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the clothes of the deputy mayor in charge of public security behind Song weeping were soaked, even though it was a cold winter. Okay, I will lock down the city immediately. Brother Jiang, don't worry, I'm counting on this. If I don't give Brother Jiang an explanation today, you don't have to do anything. After the deputy mayor finished speaking, he made a phone call directly, and then Song weeping took out his mobile phone and issued a lockdown order. After the lockdown order was issued, only entry to Sac City was allowed, but not exit, and all roads out of the city were blocked. Of course, Jiang Chen was not stupid enough to tell everyone to lock down the city. He just asked the road management office to tell everyone to repair the roads outside the city, and the subway out of the city was temporarily repaired. After the lockdown order was signed, a group of people rushed to the Public Security Administration Bureau. In the central hall of the Public Security Administration Bureau, Jiang Chen held a temporary meeting for the Public Security Administration Bureau. After the meeting, all police officers returned to the front line, and the Administration Bureau Center began to identify the movement trajectory of all disabled beggars in the city through surveillance. Half an hour later, the movement trajectory of the disabled beggars came out. Jiang Chen unexpectedly discovered that they would gather at the Shidajian subway station in the south of the city after 1 am. After the gathering, they would take buses to a community called Fangyuan. According to the community surveillance, they would stay in the underground garage of Fangyuan. Brother Jiang, do it. Once they know that Oashan has disappeared, they will definitely be alert. It's useless to arrest these disabled people. Continue to identify all the people who have contacted these disabled people in the past 6 months. To catch a thief, you must catch the king. It's useless to catch Xiaoluoluo. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Director Wang of the Public Security Administration shook his head and said, no, most of these people are from Kingshan City. If you want to identify the people they have contacted, you must obtain authorization from the Kingshan City Administration. After Director Wang finished speaking, Jiang Chen directly called Lao Luo in Kingshan City, and the authorization ended 2 minutes later. After the authorization ended, Sac City authorized the activation of Sac City's largest computer loading center, and the computer loading center began to analyze the data of the background of the Supervision Bureau at ultra high speed. 2 hours later, all the close contacts of these disabled beggars who entered Kingshan City and then Sac City from the special zone were analyzed. After more than half an hour of deletion, Jiang Chen and his team finally identified a group of 43 people headed by Wang Zation and others. In addition, after data analysis, there were 321 people when this group of disabled people came. After half a year, they only had 310 people left, and a full 11 people were missing. Brother Jiang, I found Wang Zation. He is now staying at the Future City North Country Hotel. Chapter 733, An Unknown Celebrity. In the hospital, the little boy woke up, and the first thing he did when he woke up was to find the leader. But the leader was no longer by his side, so the little boy cried anxiously, "Leader, leader, I'm not afraid of having my eyes dug out anymore. I'm not afraid of having my eyes dug out anymore. Where are you? Save my sister quickly, I beg you." The little boy cried and kept begging the doctor and the dean, but none of these doctors and the dean knew a big shot like Jiang Chen. Child. Sahara Hotel, Sahara Hotel. They are at Sahara Hotel. My sister is at Sahara Hotel. They are going to have surgery tonight. Please, please. The little boy had no legs. He bent over and kowtowed continuously. A doctor couldn't bear it. He gritted his teeth and said, "Okay, I'll help you pass the message, but whether you can see the leader depends on your chance." The doctor ran towards the parking lot after he finished speaking. When the doctor rushed to the General Administration of Public Security, all the people in the General Administration of Public Security had set off. The doctor kept arguing with the security guard at the door, and the security guard pushed him away from a distance. When Jiang Chen's car slowly drove past the door, the doctor excitedly shouted to Jiang Chen, Brother Jiang, Sahara Hotel, Sahara Hotel." Wait. In the night, people in white clothes are very conspicuous, especially doctors wearing white hats. Brother Jiang, we should leave, otherwise Wang Zation will run away. After Song Weeping finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already opened the door and walked out. When the doctor saw Jiang Chen stopped, he hurriedly shouted to Jiang Chen, the boy from the first hospital. Sahara Hospital. His sister is in Sahara Hospital. Okay, let him wait in the hospital with peace of mind. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he got into the car and shouted to the driver, "Sahara Hospital." Okay, Sahara Hospital is a bit far away. That place is close to the border. After the driver finished speaking, Deputy Director Zhang of the Public Security Bureau behind Song Weeping hurriedly shook his head. "No, that place does not belong to Sac City. Brother Jiang, that place belongs to the special zone of Teng County. We must apply to Teng County in advance." After Song Weeping finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head. "No, let's go directly. Get to Sahara Hospital as quickly as possible. I promised others that I must save his sister." Nowadays, people who dare to do this blatantly all have spies inside the local area, so this matter must not be leaked. That will cause a conflict with China. We rely a lot on them now. If a conflict arises because of this, I'm afraid we will be involved in international affairs. After the deputy director finished speaking, Song Weeping interrupted him. "Names are important. Listen to Brother Jiang. If he goes to Beijing to get angry with us because of this, then we will cut ties with him." After Song Weeping finished speaking, the driver stopped the car after driving out a few steps. "Brother Jiang, take the subway. It takes at least an hour to drive from here to the border, and there are a lot of cars at night, and it takes even longer to wait for the traffic lights." The driver is a young driver of the Public Security Administration. His salary is not high. He usually takes the subway to and from get off work, so he knows more. How long does it take to take the subway? It takes half an hour to take the subway in Subway 2 of Sac City, and 20 minutes to take the subway in Subway 3. The subway in Subway 3 is 10 yuan more expensive than the subway in Subway 2. After the driver finished speaking, Jiang Chen waved his hand and said, "Take the subway in Subway 3, and have someone prepare the car at the border. Everyone should wear plain clothes." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Weeping took out his mobile phone and said, "I will call the youth commandos at the border, and have them wait at the exit in plain clothes." Song Weeping controls a youth army directly under the mayor. This part of the youth army is not under the management of the military of Sac City. They are a special army of the Salmon people. Okay. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, several people got off the car and walked towards the subway station. After taking the Sahara subway, Jiang Chen sent a text message to Mayor Ma of the special zone. Mayor Ma was the only person he trusted. Uncle Ma, I'm going to do something at your place. Don't blame me. I'll go and apologize in person when the matter is over. In addition, help me to transfer to Beijing, double the seeds in the spring, and ensure that there is no yellow sand outside Washi. After sending the text message, Jiang Chen turned off his phone directly. He knew that, if he didn't turn it off, his phone would definitely be blown up. 20 minutes later, he rushed to the border between Sac City and Teng County. Jiang Chen hadn't been to this place for 2 years. Today's border is very different from before. At that time, the border was very desolate and there were not many people. But now it is different. The side of the border close to Sac City is full of people. Although it is late at night, people returning from the night shift are crowded in various night snack spots. And the lights of the city also illuminate this side, as if it were daytime. But the other side of the border is a little different. Teng County has developed very quickly in the past 2 years, but Sac City must be very slow. Therefore, at the intersection of the border, in addition to scattered lights, there is only a long dragon of national road lights left. You can't pass the border inspection with a gun. After getting off the bus, the gate of the border station, Sac City, was already open. But the gate of the border station was still closed. You can't go without a gun. Since they dare to open such a black hospital, they must have some precautions. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Weeping sighed and said, "Brother Jiang, there is no other way. Either you charge directly. Our youth army has fought in the death war. They are not afraid of death. I will negotiate." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he walked directly to the border gate. When the soldier on duty at the border gate saw Jiang Chen coming, he saluted hurriedly. Jiang Chen also returned the military salute. The soldier hurriedly opened the checkpoint blocking the road and said, "Sir, please come in." They should indeed call Jiang Chen a sir, because in name, Future City belongs to the special treatment area of China, and Jiang Chen is the sir here. "I need to take a few people across the border. They need to bring guns. Is that okay?" Jiang Chen finished speaking. The two soldiers shook their heads and said, "No one is allowed to bring dangerous goods into the country. Sir, you can bring a pistol for self-defense." After the soldier finished speaking, Jiang Chen wanted to say something else. A man who looked like a company commander ran out of the station. The company commander ran over and saluted Jiang Chen and said, "Sir, you can't bring soldiers here." After the company commander finished speaking, he waved his hand again. Jiang Chen leaned his ear over. With his status, he rarely groveled to a company commander like this. "Brother Jiang, I know you must have something wrong. We believe that everything you do is for humanity and for our country. So, your people can't bring guns here. I'll lend you a squad. A reinforced squad. It will definitely be enough for you." After the company commander finished speaking, Jiang Chen felt mixed emotions. He didn't know that the people on the edge of the desert worshipped him to this extent. But to be honest, everything Jiang Chen did was really for humanity. Of course, he really helped the entire Chinese nation by keeping the death storm at bay, so it is understandable that they regard him as a hero. Chapter 734, Border Prohibition. "Give me a squad." "Thank you so much, let's go, move now." Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the company commander pointed with his hand, and a squad leader doctor shouted that a border defense squad with assault rifles had assembled soon. Jiang Chen looked behind him, and Song Weeping and others hurriedly followed him. "Brother Jiang, let's go. Xiao Song, you stay in Sac City and make sure to catch Wang Zation, and don't let any of them go." "Okay." "Xiao Zhang, you take a few people with me, and the youth army will stay at the border to meet us." After Jiang Chen gave his instructions, a group of people nodded, and Jiang Chen, his bodyguard brother Lang, and Xiao Zhang, the deputy director of the Public Security Bureau, and others rushed to Shahe Hospital. In order not to attract the attention of the bastards in Shahe Hospital, Jiang Chen did not choose to take a military vehicle. A group of people directly got a bus at the border and rushed to Shahe Hospital. Shahe Hospital is not in the urban area of Teng County. It was built between the urban area of Teng County and Jiang Chen's development zone, where rich people live. When they rushed to the gate of Shahe Hospital along a street, Shanghai Hospital was quiet, with only a few bodyguards wandering around the gate. "Xiao Zhang, Take a few people to block the front door, and I will lead people to break in from the back door," Jiang Chen said, and Xiao Zhang nodded. "Wait, I will cut off all their signals. There are walkie-talkies here, which are connected to satellite signals. Brother Jiang, you take one, and Director Zhang, you take one." After the head of the accompanying security bureau finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly gave him a thumbs up. Because he was too anxious, he actually forgot all these things. If the enemy's surveillance is not destroyed, then they will be detected by the surveillance as soon as they appear. Give me another 5 minutes. I will immediately detect the internal structure of this building. After the security bureau said, his computer soon began to slowly display the overall framework structure diagram of Sahara Hospital. In front of the screen, the 5-story Sahara Hospital is not very big, but after he finished scanning, everyone found that this hospital really has some secrets. Although the hospital is not very high, the road built underground is not low. Brother Jiang, look, the hospital has 3 floors built down, and the thermal induction shows that there are many people on the bottom floor. The computer of the security bureau is connected to the entire Northwest network, and they are also connected to the satellite in the sky. With their advanced sensing technology, they can quickly check the Sahara Hospital. After the thermal induction scan, the people of the security bureau gave Jiang Chen and Deputy Director Zhang a headset each. Brother Jiang, I will tell you their location through the thermal induction system. Now you can set off. After taking the headset, Jiang Chen led Brother Lang to the back door first. The back door of Sahara Hospital was not guarded by anyone. Most people were at the front door, and at this moment, there were still many patients entering and leaving the front door of Sahara Hospital. Little Wolf, I will attract everyone's attention later, and you can directly open the underground passage. Okay. After entering from the back door, a security guard came over not far ahead. The security guard was holding a baton on his cell phone. He pointed at Jiang Chen and the others and said, "Go this way if you want to see a doctor. You are not allowed to enter that way." Jiang Chen was going to the warehouse elevator on the east side of the hospital building. This elevator goes directly underground. According to the scan, the entrance to the basement is here. What are you talking about? We are going to the 5th floor. Aren't we taking the elevator here? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the security guard pointed at Jiang Chen and shouted, "Don't you know how to read? It's written on it. Non-medical personnel are not allowed to enter this elevator." The security guard walked towards Jiang Chen while speaking. Before he reached Jiang Chen, Brother Wolf pushed the door open from the back door. Just as the security guard subconsciously wanted to call for help, Brother Wolf went up and hit the back of the security guard's neck with a knife. The security guard fell down in response. "Hey, 1st floor, pay attention to the situation at the door. Our signal is cut off. Everyone cheer up." After the security guard got to the bottom, his intercom rang. Jiang Chen picked up the intercom and imitated the security guard's words and said, "The 1st floor is fine." After putting down the intercom, Brother Wolf dragged the security guard to the door and hid. After hiding the security guards, Jiang Chen waved his hand, and 4 disguised soldiers at the door ushered in. "No one is coming here. One person stays upstairs, and the rest follow me." Jiang Chen was about to leave when he heard footsteps in the distance. When the footsteps appeared in Jiang Chen's field of vision, Jiang Chen wanted to leave but couldn't. "Why are you still here? Didn't your boss tell you to go out and wait? Hurry up and get out. The surgery is still early, and it can't be done in 2 hours." The doctor was flipping through his medical records while talking. Not long after, the door of the warehouse elevator opened, but the doctor didn't go in immediately. "Why aren't you leaving yet? Where's ZHU?" The ZHU he was talking about was the security guard in charge of watching the elevator. Seeing this, Jiang Chen hurriedly said, "ZHU went to the bathroom, and he asked me to stay here to watch him for a while." It seems that this doctor regards himself as a bodyguard of a certain boss. In this case, he can take this opportunity to sneak in. Really? Then wait for him to come back and go back to the car. The doctor walked into the elevator after he finished speaking. Jiang Chen was about to follow him up when the doctor reached out from his arms and pulled out a gun and pointed it at Jiang Chen. "The security guard's surname is not ZHU at all. Who are you?" Jiang Chen saw that the matter was exposed, so he hurriedly pulled out his pistol. After 2 gunshots, the elevator door closed. Brother Jiang, the matter has been exposed. The people below are starting to move. Hurry up and take the stairs. Jiang Chen heard the voice of the security bureau, and then Xiao Zhang also shouted, we will control the front door immediately. Brother Jiang, you can go down without worry. I will take people to the dean's office upstairs. Where is the staircase? Jiang Chen saw the elevator go down, and he hurriedly asked into the headset. Now time is life, especially at the moment, when the matter has been leaked. Turn left and walk 10 meters. According to the instructions of the security bureau, Jiang Chen led Brother Lang and others and quickly found the entrance to the stairs. Go down from the entrance of the stairs to the first floor. The underground floor is pitch black and nothing can be seen. Brother Jiang and his men are on the 3rd floor. There's no one on the 1st floor. Hurry and go down. The underground floor was very dark. Brother Lang turned on the flashlight, and everyone rushed to the underground floor too, following the light of the flashlight. Just as a few people arrived at the underground floor too, suddenly, several flashes of fire flashed in the darkness, and a soldier fell to the ground with a plop. Suppress fire. Jiang Chen shouted, and several soldiers' submachine guns instantly fired. Da 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 da. Fortunately, in such darkness, the other party exposed their identities first, so after a burst of sweeps, the 3 people with pistols on the opposite side fell directly to the ground. Brother Jiang, be careful. At least a dozen people are heading towards you. After the warning came from the headset, the sound of bangs soon came from the stairs. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 735, The Dark Web of Shahe Hospital. A dozen people hid in the darkness. They could not see Jiang Chen's position, and Jiang Chen could not see their position either. Hiding in the darkness, Jiang Chen was even somewhat thankful. Although one of them had been injured or sacrificed, at least they had weapons in their hands. If they had not brought weapons this time, they would have been shot to pieces with just the gun in his hand. Everyone be careful. These people have guns. It seems that they are not ordinary people. Brother Jiang, I will go forward, and you will cover the rear. Brother Wolf said as he was about to rush down with his submachine gun, but Jiang Chen grabbed him. Fuck you. When did you, Brother Jiang, become a person who fears death? After Jiang Chen scolded him, Brother Wolf scratched his head in embarrassment. Indeed, they always assisted in the battle, and Jiang Chen really never retreated. Okay. Brother Jiang, I will throw a flashlight down later, and we will rush together. I will be on the left and you will be on the right. We will rush in the middle of them. After Brother Wolf said this, Jiang Chen nodded. He waved his hand, and a group of people got ready. There were still gunshots downstairs. From the sound, Jiang Chen could tell that they were all armed with pistols and had no heavy weapons. This made things much easier. Charge. Brother Wolf opened a mine and threw it down. After a loud bang, half of the stairs collapsed instantly. A soldier who rushed to the front was instantly blown back. Fortunately, Jiang Chen caught them in time. Damn, little wolf, what are you doing? No one could be seen in the darkness, but from the weak laser of Brother Wolf's submachine gun, Jiang Chen saw Brother Wolf's embarrassed white eyes and his big white teeth. Sorry, it's too dark. I picked the wrong one. Brother Jiang, it's been a year or two since we haven't fought in a war, and you don't need my protection. I'm not used to it. Brother Wolf said, and took out a flashlight again. Just as Brother Wolf was about to throw the flashlight in his hand, Jiang Chen held him back. The 3rd floor had become quiet, and there was no movement downstairs. The people below may have been killed by you. Let's go. Charge down. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Brother Lang was somewhat puzzled. Did he make a contribution? But who cares? Since Jiang Chen ordered him to do so, Brother Lang grabbed the collapsed stair railing without saying a word and jumped down. After Brother Lang jumped down, Jiang Chen and several soldiers followed him. The 3rd floor was decorated very well, which was beyond Jiang Chen's expectation. The collapsed staircase was still full of smoke and dust, but this did not affect the operation of the 7 or 8 operating rooms on the entire floor. Charge. Stepping over the corpse on the ground, Jiang Chen rushed towards an operating room. There was no guard outside the operating room door. After Jiang Chen slammed the door several times, the operating room still did not open. Shoot. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he fired a burst of bullets at the door lock. Sparks came out of the door, and then Jiang Chen kicked it, and the door opened. "Don't move," Brother Lang shouted, and several doctors in the room raised their hands instantly after waving their hands. There were 2 operating tables in the room. On one of the operating tables was a boy of 7 or 8 years old, and on the other was an old man in his 80s. At this moment, one doctor had opened the child's stomach, and another doctor had taken out his kidney. "Who are you?" "We are doing surgery. You have bacteria on your body, which can kill people," the attending physician shouted at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen pointed a gun at his head and shouted, "Damn, you also know that it can kill people. Give me his kidney back." After Jiang Chen finished shouting, the attending physician shook his head and said, "No, we must hurry up and install it for Boston. Otherwise this kidney. Switch it back. I'll count to 3 and shoot immediately." After Jiang Chen finished shouting, he wanted to cut the doctor in front of him into pieces. "It's useless. The child is dead. His organs have been removed," the nurse next to the attending physician said, and Jiang Chen looked back at the boy lying on the bed. The boy had already stopped breathing. "Fuck, you are a bunch of murderers," Jiang Chen yelled, and shot the surgeon's head with a gun. The surgeon fell to the ground with a bang. The other doctors knelt on the ground in fear. "Even if he dies, we must put him back. Even if he dies, we must give him a complete body," Jiang Chen yelled, and the other doctors hurriedly put the organs back. While they were putting the organs back, Jiang Chen pointed a gun at a doctor's head and shouted, "Is there a little girl who needs a heart transplant?" The doctor thought about it and pointed to an operating room in the corner and shouted, "Yes, there. It seems to be about to start." After the doctor said that, Jiang Chen's heart sank. He didn't want to see the boy who would rather have his arm broken than let go hear the news of his sister's death. "Go. Open the door for me," Jiang Chen yelled, and the doctor was pushed and walked towards the innermost operating room. When he walked to the side of the operating room, the doctor pressed the code to open the door. Inside the door, a group of people gathered in front of the operating table and had just taken out the heart. "Don't move. Put the heart in." Jiang Chen rushed into the room. There were 2 operating tables placed side by side. On the operating tables was a girl who looked only 4 or 5 years old, but her face was pale and there was no trace of blood under her short hair. Next to the little girl was a fat man in his 40s. The fat man had been opened up, and several doctors were busy. "Get out," the surgeon shouted. Jiang Chen pulled out the knife and stabbed the man lying on the bed in the head. The guy was under anesthesia, so he could sleep forever. "She's dead. You all must be buried with her," Jiang Chen said, and pointed a submachine gun at the surgeon's forehead. The surgeon saw that the man was not friendly, so he turned around and wanted to press the alarm. Jiang Chen went up and stabbed him with the knife. The knife did not kill him, but stabbed his thigh. "Go back. Connect the heart. I'll help you press the alarm," Jiang Chen said, and directly pressed the button next to the operating table. He was so calm that the surgeon's hands couldn't help but tremble. Shahe Hospital. This is a hospital with backgrounds in both the black and white worlds, and their connections even reached Urumqi. However, someone appeared in their operating room without saying a word, so you can imagine the situation there. If she dies, you will all be buried with her. I mean what I say. Even if the King of Heaven comes, he can't save your lives, Jiang Chen said coldly, and several people holding submachine guns rushed in at the door. From the guns, it can be seen that they are military personnel. "I can only do my best for the time being." After the surgeon said this, he asked the person holding the heart next to him to reconnect the girl's heart, and then a new operation was performed. In order to prevent infection, Jiang Chen and others walked out of the door. Prepare for transfer to another hospital. Chapter 736, The Worst Plan. Always prepare for the worst. If things get better, you will be happy. So when Jiang Chen walked out of the operating room, he called Sahara Hospital directly. Dean Sun of Sahara Hospital is an expert in heart. Sahara Hospital also has the most advanced heart laboratory in the world. This laboratory was built by Jiang Chen with all his efforts. Dean Sun, I'm sorry to call you so late. I have a patient who is undergoing heart surgery. I'm afraid it won't be successful. So I hope to get your help. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Dean Sun hurriedly asked, where is the person? I'll take the ambulance there immediately. After Jiang Chen sent Dean Sun the location, because Teng County is far away from Sahara Hospital, Dean Sun decided to use the hospital's rescue helicopter. While waiting for Dean Sun, Jiang Chen led people to open all the operating rooms. Without exception, all of these operating rooms were performing surgeries, and without exception, the patients lying on the beds, dying, were all beggar children. Jiang Chen even found out that a 2-year-old child who had just learned to walk had also had his heart removed, and his heart was given to another child. Jiang Chen didn't know how these doctors could do this, as they were all living lives. Take them away, take them all away. In less than 10 minutes, Xiao Zhang led his men to control the person in charge of Sahara Hospital and arrested several supervisors of the hospital. Half an hour passed, and there was still no movement in the operating room. After Dean Sun arrived, he led the expert team into the operating room quickly. The little girl lying on the bed in the operating room had stopped beating. Replace the electronic heart. Dean Sun pushed the surgeon away, and his assistant quickly took out a box. After the box was opened, a metal heart appeared in front of everyone. This is a new generation of artificial heart specially made by the Sahara Hospital Heart Research Institute. This heart alone is worth millions. Even if you have money, you may not be able to buy it. If it weren't for Jiang Chen's personal call, Dean Sun would not be willing to bring this thing here. Close the door and get out. Dean Sun's assistant said, and soon 5 or 6 doctors from Sahara Hospital were driven out. After a doctor was driven out, he was still holding the bleeding heart of the little girl in his hand. Spare my life, don't kill me, don't kill me, I really tried my best. It was Boss Jin who said that he only wanted the heart and didn't care about the life or death of the child. The chief surgeon kept begging for mercy. Jiang Chen walked over and kicked him to the ground. This devil, his hands were stained with the blood of so many people. You also know how to be afraid of death. When you kill others, have you ever thought about others? Brother Jiang, don't talk nonsense with him. Such people don't deserve to live in the world. After saying this, Brother Wolf pulled the bolt and pointed the gun directly at several black doctors. Don't do it here. Take them all back. Just let them die like this. It's just too easy for them. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the 2 doctors who were kneeling on the ground kicked them hard a few times and then forced them to the bus outside the Sahara Hospital. The net was closed quickly. Before Teng County could react, Xiao Zhang had already sent the main criminals to the border. This time, Xiao Zhang did not go in or out of the country. He went directly around the desert on the side and passed through. This way, he avoided causing trouble to the company stationed on the national highway. When everyone left, Jiang Chen did not choose to leave. He still waited outside the operating room for news. Half an hour and an hour passed by little, until the border guards from Teng County arrived. The operation was still not over. Rather than saying that this is an operation, it is better to say that this is a contest with the King of Hell. If it is put in the eyes of outsiders, the little girl is already dead, but Dean Sun wants to use his superb medical skills and advanced technology to defeat the King of Hell once. Otherwise, the billions that Jiang Chen has invested in him over the years will be nothing to say. Of course, as the trump card department of Sahara Hospital, if Dean Sun loses this rescue, then Sahara Hospital may really be replaced by Salman Hospital and the first affiliated hospital of Sahara University of Pharmacy. Don't move, raise your hands. After a group of border guards finished speaking, Jiang Chen did not raise his hands. They were not worthy of letting him raise his hands and surrender. I have taken the people here away. My people are doing surgery inside now. You all should leave. I will personally give an explanation to your leader. Jiang Chen moved a stool and sat down gently in front of the operating room. He promised a child that he would save his sister, and Jiang Chen did not like to be the kind of person who broke his promise. Yes, it is the god of the desert. The god of the desert. This is a title given to Jiang Chen by the outside world. It is me. You can leave now. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a leader shook his head. Sorry, or we will stay here with you. That person also knew that Jiang Chen should not be offended. They were even grateful to Jiang Chen from the bottom of their hearts, because without Jiang Chen, they would not be able to survive the winter storm. However, this is the territory of Teng County after all. If they just leave like this, the higher-ups will not let them go. Okay, stay here if you want. By the way, several people died inside. Didn't you check who they were? If they were from your country, quickly file a case and investigate. By the way, I killed them because they bribed the doctors to kill those innocent children. If you want to arrest me, you can arrest me now. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people shook their heads in panic. They deserve to die, but this is China after all. It would be better if you could go back with us and record a statement. What are you talking about? Can't you record a statement here? Sorry. Jiang Chen didn't want to embarrass anyone, and he didn't want to rely on his status to oppress others. Otherwise, what's the difference between him and those bastards who died in bed? Give your statement here at the intersection. A police officer took out a recorder and began to ask questions. After Jiang Chen briefly explained the process, he squatted down to take a dump and put away the recorder. Of course, Jiang Chen didn't tell them that he was coming with the border guards. After recording the statement, the door creaked open. Dean Sun just came out of the room, and he collapsed to the ground. Jiang Chen rushed over and helped Dean Sun up. Dean Sun's hands were shaking. Dean Sun, what's wrong with you? No, nothing. I'm old and useless. I can't stand for 2 hours. Everyone knows that surgery is very physically demanding, especially this kind of heart surgery. People's attention is highly concentrated. For example, 2 hours, even 1 hour can make a man exhausted. Chapter 737, God of the Heart. What's the situation inside? After making sure that Dean Sun was fine, Jiang Chen hurriedly asked about the girl's condition in the operating room. Speaking of the situation in the operating room, Dean Sun paused for a while and said, the person can be saved, but he is very weak now. We have to take him to the cardiac intensive care unit of Sahara hospital immediately. It is impossible for him to be completely cured. However, if he replaces the electronic heart every 10 years, he can at least live a new life like an ordinary person. Replacing the electronic heart every 10 years is very expensive, and it is not something that an ordinary family can afford. Okay, then I'll trouble Dean Sun. By the way, all the medical expenses spent by this little girl will be reimbursed directly from the hospital. Wait, it will be reimbursed from the dividend shares that the hospital gives me every year. What Jiang Chen meant by this was that he would cover the money spent on the little girl's treatment. Jiang Chen has his own dividend shares in Sahara Hospital, and every year Sahara Hospital will give Jiang Chen 0.5% of its income. Okay, then we won't delay. Zioliu, hurry up and take her to the plane. With the help of Bian Fangjing, several medical staff took the little girl and several other children who were rescued from the wards, boarded the plane, and flew to Sahara Hospital. Today, Sahara Hospital is still preserved in the special zone, so the hospital is not far from Teng County. After Dean Sun left, Jiang Chen turned on his mobile phone and decided to call Uncle Ma. The arrest was over, and it was time to notify Leo Ma. After Jiang Chen turned on his phone, there were nearly a dozen missed calls from Leo Ma on his mobile phone. Hey, Zhao Jiang, where have you been? I'm in Future City now. Come to me as soon as you see the message. Jiang Chen looked at the text message and called Leo Ma directly. Hello, Uncle Ma. Zhao Jiang, I'm in Sac City now. Zhao Song has reported the situation to me. Where are you now? I'm in Teng County. I'll rush over right away. Before Jiang Chen hung up the phone, Zhao Liu from Teng County rushed over. After all, he was the specific person in charge of Teng County, so Jiang Chen directly handed Uncle Ma's phone to him. After answering the phone, Zhao Liu took a car with Jiang Chen and rushed to Sac City. Now this incident is no longer just a matter of one region, so Leo Ma directly ordered Zhao Liu to lead several major leaders of Teng County to Sac City for a meeting. After Jiang Chen arrived in Sac City, he did not rush to meet Leo Ma immediately, but turned around and went to the first hospital. At the entrance of the first hospital, although it was late at night, many people gathered at the entrance and looked into the distance. They wanted to wait for a miracle to appear. They always believed in and worshipped their leader. They believed that their leader would definitely bring miracles to the boy. Here he comes. The leader is back. Someone shouted at the entrance of the hospital, and everyone's eyes were focused on a business car that had just stopped. The door of the business car was pushed open, and when Jiang Chen got out, everyone applauded. Brother Jiang, is she back? Brother Jiang, have those bad guys been caught? Brother Jiang. Her heart was removed. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, many people fell silent. They were doctors, and they knew what Jiang Chen meant by this. However, they also knew that when the little boy heard this, However, Director Son of Sahara Hospital installed an electronic heart for her, and she survived. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, many doctors at the entrance of the hospital burst into tears of joy. They were used to seeing life and death, but that didn't mean they were numb people. That's great. Brother Jiang. Take him to our hospital. Our hospital will treat him for free. That's right. Take him to our hospital. No, she will live very well in Sahara Hospital. Since you are all here, I won't go in. Please tell Huashan. I will take her when his sister is discharged from the hospital. After leaving the hospital, Jiang Chen rushed directly to the Sac City Hall. When he arrived at the City Hall, the main officials of Sac City, the Special District and Teng County were all there. Zhao Jiang, I'm really sorry, these criminal gangs are all from the mainland. I feel ashamed of them. They have completely lost face for the country. After Liu Ma finished speaking, Song Weeping looked at Jiang Chen and said, Wang Zishan has been arrested and brought to justice. We conducted a surprise interrogation on him. He has confessed everything. Here is our video. Please take a look. Even the most stubborn people could not outlast the special measures of the Special Administrative Region. So Wang Zishan and others confessed everything in less than half an hour. My name is Wang Zishan, from South City. I confessed my crime. The more than 300 disabled beggars in Sac City are all children I abducted from China. No, most of them were bought by me from human traffickers. Why did you buy them? For money, so that they can make money for me. How do they make money for you? It's very simple. I break their hands and feet, and then let them beg. The money they make belongs to me, and if they don't, I beat them. What are you laughing at? Be serious. Do you think this is a glorious thing? What's glorious or shameful about this? Now it's glorious if you have money, and it's shameful if you don't have money. What's more, I'm not the only one who does this. Among those beggars on the streets in China, whose hands and feet are not broken by others, if you don't break his hands and feet, will you give him money? Besides begging, what else do they do? To sell organs. How do you sell organs? Do you even need to ask this? There are so many black hospitals. If a child doesn't obey, can't you just dig out his organs and sell them? By the way, there are also some wealthy people who will specially order some people's organs. I have sold 5 children this month. Wang Zishan is a gentle looking man with a pair of gold rimmed glasses. No one would have thought that he was such a murderer. This era is indeed an era where appearance cannot be judged. Some people look quiet and gentle, but I don't know how many shameful things they have done behind their backs. Some people look fierce and vicious on the outside, but who knows how kind they are in their hearts? I have confessed everything honestly. Can you let me go back now? Let me tell you, I'm a Chinese, and you have no right to execute me. As long as I go back, with my connections, no one can do anything to me. Wang Zishan is very arrogant, and in fact he has the capital to be arrogant. He is a well-known figure in the circle of people who sell children in China, and it is precisely because of the children in his hands that many wealthy people flatter him. He even asked those in power to serve him, so he has a lot of handles on people, and it is precisely because of this that he is so unscrupulous. Chapter 738. He has a backer. Who is behind him? The phone in Liu Ma's hand creaked. It was the first time he had seen such an unscrupulous social scum. Too lawless. Investigate. We must investigate thoroughly. Zhao Liu from Teng County wiped the sweat from his forehead after he finished speaking. This matter had nothing to do with him, but the Sahara Hospital was indeed within his jurisdiction, so he had a leadership responsibility that he could not shirk. He didn't say. Uncle Ma, what do you think we should do about this matter? Jiang Chen turned his head and looked at Leo Ma. Leo Ma didn't dare to make a decision. After all, he didn't know how far this matter involved. Since this matter happened in your city, then follow the laws of your sack city. You will never favor anyone. Also, these people don't need to be extradited because the laws of the Sahara region have been approved by Shangjing. After Leo Ma finished speaking, Jiang Chen had a plan in his mind. Okay, then we will do this in our sack city. Uncle Ma will help me make a statement in Beijing. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and old Ma nodded. He has never been a person who is afraid of things, otherwise, he would not stay in the special zone. Okay, you can interrogate him. No matter who is backing him, I will send him to prison. After getting old Ma's promise, Jiang Chen settled the people from the special zone and Teng County in the Sac City Hotel. Jiang Chen and others went directly to the interrogation room of the Public Security Management Center. Sac City is not an ordinary city. A small sack mansion gathers nearly 10,000 super rich people in China. So such a place cannot tolerate any carelessness, let alone any crime. Bring Wang Zation to me. I will interrogate him personally. In the interrogation room, Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Song Weeping nodded to Xiao Zhang, who was in charge of this case. Xiao Zhang hurriedly brought Wang Zation, who had just fallen asleep, out of the detention room. After Wang Zation was dragged to the interrogation room, he rubbed his eyes impatiently and yelled at Jiang Chen and others, "What are you doing? You won't let me sleep in the middle of the night. Let me tell you, I have connections in Beijing. You greedy people, let me go quickly, otherwise tomorrow when Beijing calls you to release me, it won't be so easy to say." After Wang Zation finished speaking, Brother Wolf went up and slapped him to wake him up. "Beat your mother. I will beat you to death today, believe it or not." After Brother Wolf finished speaking, Wang Zation was also stunned by the beating, and it took him a while to react. "You dare to hit me? Do you know how many people I know? Let me tell you, as long as I say a word, I will kill you in a minute. Fuck, I will beat you to death today." After Brother Wolf finished speaking, he waved his fist and hit Wang Zation's head fiercely. After a few punches, Wang Zation's glasses were broken, but Brother Wolf didn't mean to stop. "Stop it," Jiang Chen said, and Brother Wolf kicked him twice before he stopped. Brother Wolf just stopped and picked up his glasses on the ground with a literary look on his face. The glasses had already cracked like a spider web. Sac City is a place where the law is respected. What you did has long been illegal. As soon as I get out, I will definitely complain to the Legislative Yuan about you. Go ahead. Brother Wolf couldn't help but choke again. The literary Wang Zation sneered and said, "I don't believe you are not afraid. Let me tell you, if the Sac City Legislative Yuan dares to protect you, I want to see how he will explain to those people like Carrot Ma." Since Wang Zation dared to do this kind of business, he knew all the legal provisions and policies. And he dared to operate in Sac City because he saw the soundness of Sac City's laws. No one dared to challenge the authority of the law here, even if you are a super rich man like Carrot Ma. How many accomplices do you have? Who is your umbrella behind you? On a cold table, Jiang Chen's pair of cold eyes seemed to be able to kill people in front of him. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Zation sneered, "What's the matter? You haven't even grown all your hair yet, and you still want to interrogate me? Don't do so many useless things. I tell you, I don't buy it at all. Also, as long as my men don't receive my text messages after dawn, you can wait for a call from Shangjing." After Wang Zation finished speaking, Jiang Chen directly took out a dagger from the warehouse. This dagger is made of the teeth of a steel-toothed beast. Even if it is a bulletproof car made of Sahara steel, Jiang Chen can pierce it with one knife. There are only 3 knives as sharp as this in the entire Sahara region. And Jiang Chen is also the third person to own a steel-toothed beast tooth knife after Fatty Wang and Sun Mi. I don't have much time. I'll give you 3 minutes to think about my questions. Question 1. Who is the umbrella behind you? How can you prove it? Answer me within 3 minutes, otherwise, I'll chop off one of your fingers. If you don't answer me, I'll keep chopping, and then chop off your fingers and toes. After chopping off your toes, I'll peel off your skin, pull out your tendons, and dig out your heart. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Wang Zation sneered, "Then you try it." Jiang Chen pressed the countdown switch on his mobile phone, and time flowed hurriedly at his fingertips. 3 minutes. Jiang Chen felt that these 3 minutes were really long, and even every minute and every second seemed to pass like a year. Don't try to intimidate me. If you kill me, the legislative yuan will also sentence you to death. Time is up. Hold him down. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, several young soldiers went up and held down Wang Zishan, and Brother Wolf stretched out his hand and flattened his hand on the table. Jiang Chen walked over, and Wang Zishan even opened his palm and shouted, "Come on, whoever dares not to do it today is a grandson." As soon as he finished speaking, he heard a pop sound, and a finger fell straight to the ground. Wang Zishan didn't feel any pain, and he saw his finger and palm separated. Ah. You really? The countdown begins. If you don't answer within 3 minutes, 2 fingers will be cut off. Jiang Chen said and reset the time. Wang Zishan injured the pain from his fingers. He stared at Jiang Chen with gritted teeth. His eyes were terrible, and this kind of look was definitely not something that a kind person could give. Time is up, Jiang Chen said, and he swung his knife down, and there was a bang sound, and all 4 of Wang Zishan's fingers fell off. Now I'll give you 2 minutes. If you don't answer the question, I'll chop off your whole hand. Jiang Chen's eyes were as cold as a hawk, and at this moment, Wang Zishan was his food. This was a life and death game between him and the food. I don't believe you dare to kill me. You are very confident in yourself, and you must have studied the laws of Sac City very thoroughly. But I don't think you have studied it thoroughly, and you haven't even finished reading the Sac City Code. People like you, even if you die, no one will sympathize with you. Chapter 739. I'm not bound by constraints. Some people always try to exploit loopholes in the law, just like Wang Zishan in front of him. But when he said that he was not familiar with the law, Wang Zishan still looked unconvinced. I know who you are. Just for a few children, you would rather disobey the laws of Sac City than let me go. Is it worth it? If you kill me, and Sac City does not convict you, then the whole world will know that this is the darkest place. Just for these children, do you think it is worth it? It's worth it. And, I'm not just doing it for these children, I'm doing it for the millions of children in the world. I will cut all of you into pieces today, and when I catch a human trafficker in the future, I will cut him into pieces. I wonder who dares to take this path. Also, what is written on the last page of the Future City Basic Law? Do you want to know? What does it say? After Wang Zishan finished speaking, he stared at Jiang Chen's eyes tightly, and he saw the breath of death in his persistent eyes. That's right, the reason why many people abduct and sell children everywhere is because the cost of their crime is too low. The cost of committing a crime is low, and it is also a business that makes a lot of money without any investment, so there are a lot of people who take this path. Take a look for yourself, Jiang Chen said, and a special police officer took out a tablet and turned to the last page of the Future City Basic Law. Seeing the words on the last page of the Future City Basic Law, Wang Zishan slumped down in his chair. The founders of Future City, Jiang Chen, Fatty Wang, and Zai Yi, are not subject to the above terms. The laws of Sac City, Kingshan City, and Canilla City are all based on compliance with the Future City Basic Law, so this means that Sac City can do nothing to Jiang Chen. If you don't tell me at the last minute, I will bring your family over as well. Don't you like your child to beg for food? Very good, I will chop off your child's hands and feet and let him beg for food in Sac City. By the way, I heard about your 2 children. That child is easy to deal with too. You like to sell organs, so let's sell his first. Don't worry, he will never die before all the organs on his body are removed. I will let him slowly experience the fear of having his body hollowed out. You definitely like this feeling, right? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Zishan suddenly reached out and grabbed Jiang Chen and shouted, "No, you dare." Jiang Chen shook Wang Zishan away, and he reached out and took out his phone. "Do you think I dare? Believe it or not, I will definitely make them appear in front of you before dawn." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Zishan shook his head helplessly and shouted, "Let them go, they are innocent." I said, I know that there will be no good end if they fall into your hands, but I admit it. If you let my child go, I will tell you everything. You can kill me or cut me up, it's up to you. After Wang Zation finished speaking, Jiang Chen put away his phone. Who is your backer? Old Crossing from Shangjing. He has bad kidneys. I helped him choose a kidney. There are also Old Lu from Nancheng and Old Tai from Washi. There are only 3 big ones, and about a dozen small ones. I will write them to you later. Right now. Do you have any evidence? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Zation nodded weakly and said, yes, there are photos. They are in my cloud disk. You can download them. Brother Lang handed over a piece of paper, and Wang Zation wrote down a dozen names. After Wang Zation finished writing, Jiang Chen called Leomar directly, and then passed the list to Leomar, and at the same time, he also passed Wang Zation's cloud disk account password. Because the matter was too involved, Leomar immediately booked a flight to Shangjing. After getting the list, after sending out the list, Jiang Chen looked at Wang Zation and asked, which of your accomplices have not been arrested yet? Speaking of accomplices, Wang Zation suddenly laughed. After laughing, Wang Zation said with a sense of relief, it's time to end it all. After that, Wang Zation wrote down all the human traffickers, black hospitals, black doctors, and nearly 40 others who had business dealings with him. After writing, Wang Zation endured the pain in his hands and pushed the paper to Jiang Chen and said, all my people have been arrested. These people deserve to die. Go catch them now. They will run away. After receiving the news at dawn. After Wang Zation finished speaking, Jiang Chen did not hesitate. He quickly sent the photos of the leaders to Leomar. After sending them to Leomar, Jiang Chen was still worried that Leomar could not handle it, so he hurriedly called Secretary Fang in Beijing overnight. After the call was connected, Jiang Chen briefly told the story, and Secretary Fang hurriedly went to see the leader overnight. After hanging up the phone, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. At least the matter was almost over. After a busy night, Jiang Chen lit a cigarette and smoked it in the interrogation room. Wang Zation stretched out his hand, and at this moment, he seemed to not feel the pain in his hand at all. Give me one. Seeing Wang Zation asking for a cigarette, Brother Wolf wanted to beat him up, but Jiang Chen stopped him. Jiang Chen took out a cigarette, lit it, and handed it over. If nothing else, this guy should be given a cigarette, just because he eliminated the harm to thousands of children before he died. Thank you. The thin Wang Zation took a puff, and then started coughing. It can be seen that his health is not good. You hate them. Jiang Chen smoked a cigarette and crushed the cigarette, but on the ground. Wang Zation nodded, and for a long time, the whole interrogation room was filled with mist. Why do you want to take this wicked path? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Wang Zation asked, do you have any wine? Your mother's wine. Brother Wolf was about to beat him up after scolding him, so Jiang Chen drove him out. He had to die eventually. Since he wanted to die peacefully, Jiang Chen couldn't sleep because of the news about going to Beijing. Why not listen to it to relieve his boredom? Give him a bottle of wine. Soon the SWAT brought a bottle of wine and even gave him a plate of peanuts for free. Wang Zation drank, ate, and talked at the same time. He spoke very calmly, as if he was telling someone else's story. I also had parents when I was a child. When I was 6 years old, my aunt said she would take me to the city to play, and then she sold me to a human trafficker. I didn't want to go with the traffickers, so they threw me into a water tank. So until now, I have been very weak. The doctor said that I had frostbite at the root. Later, I was sold to the mountains by human traffickers to be someone's son, but later I ran away. I ran to the station and was caught by human traffickers again, and they broke my legs. I didn't accept it. Why did God treat me like this? I told myself that I would be worse than them in the future. So later, when he wasn't paying attention, I stabbed him to death with a knife. Do you know how cool that feels? I kept stabbing him like this, and blood, intestines, heart and everything else all hung out. He was terrified, just like how terrified I was when he threw me into the water tank. All human traffickers deserve to die. Jiang Chen said coldly, and Wang Zation smiled. He gulped down another glass of wine, and then poured the rest of the wine on his bleeding hands. Chapter 740. Entrusting your life. Children are the hope of a family. Many families are broken because of losing their children. Many people walk on the road of loneliness all their lives in order to find their children. Therefore, Human traffickers only need to extend their hands and ask for tens of thousands of dollars. They know that their parents would rather pay hundreds of thousands, millions or even their lives to get their children back. Therefore, human traffickers deserve to die. You know that human traffickers deserve to die, but you still traffic children? My life has been ruined by human traffickers. Do you think I have any choice? Haha, you definitely don't know that I went back and stole all the grandchildren of the aunt who sold me. I broke their children's legs and let them beg in Sac City. I heard that my aunt was looking for them all over the world. Haha, she also knows how it feels to lose a loved one. Why doesn't she think about how it feels to sell me? Thank you for your wine today. If one day you can catch all the human traffickers in the world, then I will thank you. My life is over. When I'm born in the next life, at least I can have a complete life. After Wang Zation finished speaking, he looked at Jiang Chen and said, by the way, can you send my wife and children to the mountains in the South City? Yes, send them to my parents. There is no internet in the mountains. Just tell them that I'm dead and don't say anything else. Okay. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Zation thought about it and said to Jiang Chen, I know that big people like you are trustworthy. If one day my child has a promising future and wants to come to your city, you can't end his dream because of what I did. People are like this. Even if the worst person is not dead, he will consider his children. In fact, this is not only true for people, but also for animals. They think of their children first when they are in life and death. Jiang Chen nodded. Future City is a democratic and free city. It will not stop you from moving forward just because your ancestors are bad guys. In Future City, no one can stop others from moving towards glory and freedom. I have nothing else to say. By the way, you should quickly take people to see Lupshahe Hospital and Chyanpu Hospital. These two hospitals are not good things. Half of my children have had operations here. Exclamation mark. After leaving the interrogation room, Jiang Chen called Xiaoliu directly, and Xiaoliu led people to Chyanpu Hospital. This night was destined to be an unusual night. After dawn, Shang Jing called. After an emergency meeting overnight, Secretary Fang told Jiang Chen that Shang Jing decided to give Jiang Chen the right to interrogate Wang Zation and other criminal gangs. Jiang Chen asked about the arrests in Shangjing, and Secretary Fang told him that everything had been completed. At 3 AM, Shangjing arrested Lao Crossing and others. At the same time, all the suspects in other provinces and cities were also arrested. Seeing that no one escaped, Jiang Chen was very happy. He was even happier than when Li Yiren came back from the United States. Of course, things can't be said like this. If Li Yiren knew, Jiang Chen would definitely be in trouble. Now Li Yiren is all monstrous, even Sunmi, Kinana, and Zukin are on her side, so don't dare to offend. Don't dare to offend. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen first announced the unblocking of the entire Future City. After the whole process was unlocked, millions of people trapped in Sac City took to the streets. They demanded that Sac City give them a reasonable explanation. They all have the right to enter and exit freely. Why does Sac City deprive them of their rights? At 9 AM, more and more people joined the march. At this moment, many factories and shops are closed. If they can't keep this freedom, it may mean that Sac City will enter a dark age. So almost every citizen of Sac City poured into the streets. This loophole cannot be opened. The people of Sac City need democracy, freedom, and at least an explanation. Song Weeping dispatched the youth army to maintain order on the streets. After winter, the new year will soon be here. This should be a time of celebration. If something unexpected happens in Sac City, then this place may become a new position for Western forces to distort the news. Brother Jiang, the people have taken to the streets. What should we do? Jiang Chen fell asleep in the early morning. When he was awakened by the roar outside the street, he was also startled. If he didn't know, he would have thought there was a rebellion outside. On the sofa in the interrogation room, Jiang Chen rubbed his eyes. He looked at Song Weeping, who looked anxious, and said with a smile, "It's not a big deal. Stay calm. You may have to experience worse things in the future. You are so anxious. What will you do then?" Brother Jiang, this is different. We are not afraid of war. We just lead people to rush forward without caring about life and death. But this is different, Brother Jiang. These people are rich people. They pay hundreds of billions of protection fees every year, so they are our gods. After Song Weeping finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. If every official thinks like you, how can the city not be prosperous? Okay, go out and use the city radio to tell everyone that today is a holiday. Everyone is on paid leave. Enterprises will give them subsidies, so it doesn't matter if they don't live there. At that time, they will be taxed less. Jiang Chen said calmly, then stood up, put on his clothes, and walked towards the detention room. When Song Weeping saw Jiang Chen leaving, he hurriedly followed him. Brother Jiang, this won't work. There are still many people who haven't taken to the streets yet. They are all working in the factories. As soon as you give them a holiday, they will all take to the streets. Okay, do as I say. I will make them all take to the streets. Also, all the outdoor display screens in the city will be switched to my live broadcast channel later. By the way, tell the military and police to tell all the marchers that I'm very happy that they can stand up and march. I'm also proud that the military and police did not conflict with them. If they want to explain, watch my live broadcast in half an hour. I will explain it to them personally. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Weeping could only count on Jiang Chen to help him solve the problem. After all, although he is the leader of the Salmon people, there are still very few rich people among the Salmon people. And for top rich people like Carrot Ma, even the heads of state will take special care of him, and Carrot Ma will not give him a small mare face. Okay, I will do it right away. Half an hour later, my Sahara story at this moment has been flooded by people in Sac City. Many Western media and Chinese media with good intentions also spread the news of the Sac City demonstration all over China and the entire Western world. The monologue of the people who came ashore. Sac City, which has always claimed to be a city of law and order, was inexplicably locked down, which resulted in millions of people being unable to leave the city freely overnight. This morning, millions of people took to the streets to demand an explanation. Where is democracy in Sac City? Western Liberty News. The military and civilians are in opposition, and a fight is about to be triggered. Everything for democracy will be defeated by justice. Chapter 741. Saving more people. China Street Journal. After the Sac City incident broke out for one night, the leaders of Sac City have not spoken yet. Who will save the people of Sac City from the fire and water? US Financial News. All desert regimes are unpopular. The light of democracy will eventually shine into the desert. The people of Sac City ask the United States to help them. Jiang Chen wanted to laugh when he saw the news. Nonsense. Jiang Chen couldn't think of a more appropriate word to describe them. Half an hour later, the mayor of Future City, Guanku, and the deputy mayor, Xia Heidong, also rushed to Sac City from Future City. With the continuous influx of immigrants, Future City is now a super city with a population of nearly 30 million. In addition, many business towns in Future City are constantly expanding, so Guanku and Lao Xia are busy as dogs. At such a busy time, their little brother Sac City has such a big problem. How can the two not be upset? Brother Jiang, your live broadcast has been pushed to the homepage of the network, and you can start now. After rushing to the interrogation room, Lao Xia shouted directly at Jiang Chen without even drinking water. After finding a chair and sitting down, Guanju shouted to Jiang Chen, Brother Jiang, this matter must be resolved today. Our Future City has to connect with at least thousands of companies every day. If this matter affects the entry of these companies, our Future City will lose at least tens of billions of tax revenue every year. Money is very important, which is why Wang Zation dared to cause trouble in Sac City. The 1 or 200 children in Sac City are not worth tens of billions, even if you sell them. But if you haggle with Wang Zation, then you may lose tens of billions or even hundreds of billions. Of course, you may also lose things that cannot be measured by money. Okay, Mayor Guan, I will solve this matter for you today, and I will definitely not hold you back. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guanku reached out to take a cup of boiled water and said, this is not to solve the problem for me, this is to solve the problem for the entire desert and even for the future of mankind. We now need a large number of companies to settle in, we need more taxes, we need to sell more houses, and make more money. because we need to invest all this money in state-owned enterprises and then acquire many companies in the world that we urgently need. You also know that 2 months ago, the United States sent another army to the Khanate, and the Cold Tide country reported to the United States again. Once they join forces, let alone an armed attack, even an economic blockade, we can't bear it. After Guan Ku finished speaking, Jiang Chen waved his hand at him and said, "It's useless for you to tell me this. Okay, I'm going to start the live broadcast. If they dare to attack me, I will be the first to pick up a gun and fight them to the end." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Ku sighed again and said, "Brother Jiang, you should change your temper. You are so anxious in everything you do, and you don't distinguish between the important and the unimportant. It's good to hate evil, but if you delay this matter for a while, we can still deal with the human traffickers without causing panic. Isn't it better to have the best of both worlds?" Okay, Brother Jiang is going to start the live broadcast. Guan, you have to have confidence in Brother Jiang. Let's go. Leo Guan, let's go talk to Xiao Song. Xiao Song has been waiting outside for a long time, since he heard that we are here. After Leo Xia finished speaking, he pulled Guan Ku and walked out the door. There are really few people in this world who dare to talk to Jiang Chen like this. However, he never blamed Guan Ku because he knew that Guan Ku had a high degree of education and a lot of experience, and he always looked at things more long term than himself. However, it was precisely this kind of calmness that made Guan Ku seem very unkind. For example, in this matter, Jiang Chen's violent temper was to get rid of them all on the same day. Those who should be executed, and those who should be shot. As long as he was happy, he would not care about his social impact. But Guan Ku can't do that. He has to consider the international impact, the domestic impact, and the impact within the city before he can do something. Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. I know that many people are waiting in front of my live broadcast room for an explanation. In fact, there is nothing to explain. Now I just want to tell you the truth about the city lockdown. I believe that, after you know the truth, you will take the initiative to evacuate from the streets. After Jiang Chen opened the live broadcast room, the number of people in his live broadcast room had reached more than 400 million. This number was within Jiang Chen's expectations. After all, the news of Sac City has been listed on the rankings of various countries. This is already hot news, and it can't be hotter. So almost everyone is waiting for Jiang Chen to give them an explanation. Si Shu Huanian, why did you seal the city without informing us? Do you know how it feels for our family to be trapped on the road for a night? Optimus Prime, you didn't tell me about the city lockdown earlier. I was in a hurry to go out to sign the contract last night, and my multi-million contract is gone. Kitty, we must give you a reasonable explanation today. We originally planned to drive to Washi to celebrate Grandma's birthday. Now, we are the only one who didn't arrive. A group of people came to blame Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen didn't get angry when he saw them. He found that his temper was getting better and better. Guan Ku, who had a good temper, became even more angry. I know that many people and many things may be delayed because of the lockdown last night, but if the lockdown can catch more than 40 human traffickers, if the lockdown can catch at least hundreds of organizations and individuals who wrestle children's organs in the country, then what will you choose? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, everyone fell silent. One is money, and the other is the conscience and bottom line of society. But almost everyone knows what they should choose. After all, money can be earned again if it is lost, but if people are gone, they are really gone. Xiao Song tells a story. Are you saying that the lockdown is to catch those human traffickers? Greenery, did the lockdown last night really save more than 300 children? Honest Panda, I hate human traffickers the most in my life. If you catch a human trafficker, please cut him into pieces. Orange flower, cutting him into pieces is too easy for them. Damn, these people steal people's children for tens of thousands of dollars. Who doesn't invest tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands to raise a child? You Ganfu, the anchor said in more details. If the human traffickers are really caught, they should be shown their faces. Let the people all over the world remember their appearance, so that when they are released from prison, everyone will beat them up when they see them, and beat these bastards to death. Little brother, why release such people? I suggest that they should be cut into pieces directly, and it would be best if the cutting is broadcast live, so that everyone in the world can see that this is the end of child trafficking. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 742. I donated them all. Big Devil, those who support the death penalty, please swipe the full screen. Anchor, if you kill these people with 1,000 cuts and give relief to all the children who have lost their families, I will donate 1 million to your desert construction committee. Big Devil is a man of his words, and everyone is welcome to invest. We will use money to beat these bastards to death. Kung Fu Monkey, I don't have much money, so I will donate 1 year's salary as a token of respect. Red Maple Leaf, anyone who doesn't donate is a fucking idiot. I hate people like this the most in my life. If nothing else, I will donate 10,000. China Street Journal, a truly democratic country is a country or region that abolishes the death penalty. Dongfang Hong, fuck you. You like these criminals so much, why don't you take them to your country? Floor tiles, these bastards only know how to talk nonsense in the newspapers every day. If you really have that ability, take all the human traffickers to your country and serve them. When the time comes, they will kidnap all your children, dig out their hearts and break their legs. If you dare to arrest them, we will call you undemocratic. You can experience it yourself. After a group of people finished cursing, Jiang Chen shook his head at the camera. No, if I execute them, the Western media will say that I'm a demon who eats human flesh and drinks human blood. So I can't kill them. After all, our place is a democratic place, a place where the minority obeys the majority, and a place where the people are the masters. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Laoza, who was watching the live broadcast, said, Lao Guan, look at our brother Jiang, isn't this progress? Look at how high his awareness is? That's about right. Brother Jiang doesn't act on impulse, so we can all be much less worried. Guan Ku smiled after he finished speaking. But before Guan Ku's smile ended, he froze. Now start a vote. You can vote on my Sahara story website. Their life and death will be decided by you. In the future, the life and death of all human traffickers in the future city area will be decided by you. In 10 minutes, the voting will begin. I will activate the leader's special order. The results of this vote will be included in the basic law of the future city. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the people in front of the entire screen were boiling in an instant. Xiao Gao Wang Gaiu. 666. It seems that this year's salary cannot be kept. It must be donated. Trump, you may be the only region in the world that imposes the death penalty on human traffickers. Delang Teosha, I choose to cut them into pieces. If we want to perform the kind of cutting and chopping that is broadcast live, we must leave these criminals with no way out. QQ, I also choose to cut and chop. I have little money to support my family. I will donate 1 month's salary as a tribute. Jiang Chen chose to suspend the live broadcast. He announced the news to the Legislative Yuan of Future City. The cup in Guan's hand fell to the ground with a bang. Old Guan, don't worry about it this time. Maybe it will be a good thing. Look at how many people's confidence Brother Jiang has gathered. Look how much they trust Brother Jiang. Maybe it's all good. At least our houses in such remote areas, are not sold by newcomers like this. After Lao Zia finished speaking, Guan Ku laughed helplessly for a long time, and picked up the cup from the ground. It's raining and my mother is getting married, let him go. 20 minutes later, my Sahara Story network announced the information of the 42 arrested human traffickers. At the same time, my Sahara Story network also published the interrogation videos of these people on the internet. At the bottom of the human traffickers, Jiang Chen gave 5 ways to organize these human traffickers. Okay, everyone can go to Sahara Story network to vote now. It's up to you to decide whether these 42 people will be acquitted or shot. This time, the people will decide their life and death. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a news that changed the legislative world was born. The famous magical city Future City, a city in the desert, exists like an internet celebrity. He has his own special laws and his own special management system. Now he has once again attracted the attention of the world. The voting time is only half an hour. I will announce the voting results in half an hour. In another half an hour, the Sac City court will sentence these 42 people. If these people will be sentenced to death, they will be executed tomorrow morning. At that time, we will have a special website to broadcast live. We will let everyone know that we do what we say. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and he briefly shared with everyone the process of this arrest and the reason why he closed the city. When talking about the little boy who would rather have his arm broken and still hold the tree, Jiang Chen silently shed tears. At this moment, the people who walked on the street also left the crowd one by one. They can remain angry, but no one can get angry at this moment. A march went from the south to the north of the city. There were originally millions of people in the north of the city, but only a few Westerners were left protesting. The content of their protest also changed from democracy to the death penalty. They came from a country without the death penalty. They felt that the death penalty was the most basic respect for people. But more people disagreed with their views. At least in the eyes of the Chinese who would avenge their enemies, abolishing the death penalty was something they could not tolerate. So in the end, the dozens of foreigners who gathered in the Twin Cities had to disperse, because no one paid attention to them. If the military and police had not protected these dozens of foreigners, they would have been killed by the hot-blooded people of the Twin Cities. After all, these people are protecting the human traffickers who have killed countless children. Half an hour later, nearly 145 million people voted on my Sahara story network. Originally, those people outside Sac City thought that their votes were useless. After all, they were not from the Future City. But they were wrong. This vote was not only for Sac City, but also for everyone. Okay, the voting results are out. I assure you here that all these votes are the result of real name registered tourists. So those Western media, I hope you don't impose this result on me. And I'm not a devil, I may not be a god, but everything I do is for mankind, so that we can withstand this worldwide desert storm. In addition, let me say that in the global desert era, mankind can only survive by uniting. So give up those hegemonies, take good care of your own country's affairs, and let your citizens live a happy life. This is what you should do. Of course, the happy life of your citizens is based on their hard-working hands, and it should not be obtained by squeezing other countries with the size of your fist. Chapter 743 Full Screen Swipe. Jiang Chen's live broadcast is not only visible to Western media, but also to many Western netizens. Especially after the Minister of Justice proposed the Future City Inclusion Plan, many Western internet companies have settled in the Future City. For example, the more famous social networking sites such as FaceUp and DoIt, as well as the large video site YouTube, have also established their own branches in the Future City. So now you can see a lot of real videos and news about the Future City on Youku. After Jiang Chen turned off the live broadcast, the Legislative Yuan listed the voting results of my Sahara story network as the law of the Future City. According to the voting results, 42 human traffickers headed by Wang Zation will be executed by slicing. They will be held by the bailiffs and will have to cut at least 7749 knives on their bodies to end their lives. In addition, the death sentences of these 42 people will be broadcast live on the official website of the Future City Prison. When the Future City Prison was preparing for the live broadcast and execution, Jiang Chen took people to visit the rescued children. These more than 300 children are basically Chinese, and there are also a few people from the Future City area. How to deal with the fate of these children has become a problem again. In the afternoon, Jiang Chen first settled all these children in the welfare home of Sac City, and then called Leo Zire and others to hold a meeting to discuss the matter. There were not many people in the meeting room, but they were all core figures. Brother Jiang, I think we should send all these children back to China, because their home is there. It's useless to send them back to China, because there is no technology to find their relatives now. After they return to China, they live worse than in Sac City. So I suggest that we just let them stay in Sac City, which can be regarded as an explanation to the majority of netizens. After Liu Huang, the deputy mayor of Sac City, finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded, and even Guanchu agreed with Liu Huang's statement. Mayor Huang is right. Most of these children are disabled. Maybe they were not disabled before, but since they were abducted, the traffickers disabled them. So even if they return to their families, I'm afraid those families will find it difficult to accept them. Moreover, the medical conditions here are much better than those in China. Many children can become normal people when they grow up after rehabilitation here. Even if they cannot become normal people, our prosthetic technology and so on have become more and more mature. After wearing prosthetic limbs, they can at least survive in our Sac City. The medical care and social welfare of Sac City are far beyond the reach of other places, and the job opportunities in Sac City are also enviable in other places. So keeping these children in Sac City is actually responsible for their future. Brother Jiang, what do you think? After Liu Jin finished speaking, Jiang Chen stopped the pen in his hand. Leave them in Sac City, and all their medical expenses will be borne by the Sac City government. Of course, don't worry, old Huang. I will allocate some funds from today's live broadcast donations to you to feed them. In addition, I'm thinking about a problem. We say every day that we want to make Future City the safest place in the world, but from this incident, you can see that we are not the safest place in the world, because we have at least a dozen children who have also appeared in the trafficked population. I think you must come up with a plan to solve the threat to the children of Future City. During Jiang Chen's live broadcast during the day, he received a total of nearly 2 billion in rewards. This created another record of his live broadcast rewards. Of course, he received so many rewards because many people donated all their annual wages. Some local tyrants saw Jiang Chen execute the human traffickers, and they donated millions directly. This is why Jiang Chen insisted on keeping these trafficked children in Sac City. Yes, he is responsible to the netizens, and he is also responsible to Western public opinion. If he sent these children back, then the Western media who were always looking for trouble would not know how to report him. In the golden period of his development, he did not want to give the United States and Western countries even the slightest excuse to attack him. Speaking of protecting children, several people lowered their heads. They have the most advanced urban management network in the world. They have the world's largest electronic computer, and they can calculate the life trajectory of everyone in the city in the shortest time. But once this person leaves the Sahara region, then they will be powerless. For example, the several children lost in Sac City and Kingshan City. These children have no news until now. Needless to say, they must have been trafficked to a corner of China. I have a way. Now is the age of technology. I think this thing must be solved by technology. When everyone was at a loss, Liu Zai, the deputy mayor of Future City, stood up. Although Liu Zai is a man in his 40s or 50s, he is particularly interested in technology. He led the creation of at least 20 super internet companies with a value of tens of billions. Tell me your idea. If you can really solve this problem, I will invest all the money donated by everyone this time in you. I will do what I say. Everyone looked at Liu Zai. After all, that was more than 2 billion. More than 2 billion is enough to build several super companies, so the mayors of every city are jealous of this money. When I was working on Sahara navigation, I had an engineer under me. He was a very thoughtful person. He applied for a sum of money from me to set up a website for finding things. What website for finding things? After Jiang Chen asked, Liu Huang hurriedly stood up and asked, is it that one? It can be insured. All your things are labeled. When you can't find them, you can open the website and locate them. Liu Huang's memory is not good. After all, he is old. So his daughter downloaded a app for him to find things. I heard that this app is very popular and now has hundreds of millions of users. This thing is almost as popular as a social software. Mayor Huang is right, it's that website. The Find Things website is to put special locating stickers on things that you often lose. The locating stickers are large and small and very easy to use. After putting the locating stickers, you just need to log into the background of your Find Things app and rename these locating stickers. For example, we often lose our keys. You can put a locating sticker on the key, and in the background, you can change the note to key according to the number of the locating sticker. In this way, no matter where you lose your keys, you can find them accurately through the background positioning of the Find Things app. Chapter 744, Magical Software. When the Find Things app was first developed, many people were not optimistic about it. At that time, the development team of Find Things app only had 5 or 6 people, and they did not have their own dedicated office. All of them worked temporarily in the conference room of Sahara Navigation. However, after 2 years of development, Find Things app has grown bigger and stronger with its own reputation, and now it has become a super internet company with a market value of nearly 50 billion. At present, this state-owned internet company has successfully settled in the Future City Financial Center, and they have even just passed the approval to obtain a building at the edge of the Central Economic Zone of Future City. What does this app have to do with our children? Jiang Chen looked at Lao Zia in the conference room and said, and Lao Zia immediately continued to explain. The Find Thing app has now opened up some markets in China, Southeast Asia, Europe, and South America. Now the Find Thing app is not limited to finding keys and mobile phones. The reason why their users have skyrocketed in recent years is largely related to pet owners. Many pet owners are most afraid of their pets getting lost, so many people use the Find Thing app's positioning stickers on their dogs. In this way, they can locate their dogs in time, which reduces the chances of many owners losing their pets. However, those who steal dogs will tear off and throw away this positioning sticker. So last month, the Find Thing app developed a new positioning chip that can be injected into the animal's body. This positioning chip can only be bound to one app account, so even if you steal someone else's dog, it is difficult for you to find the location of the chip. Because this chip is a positioning chip that flows like a liquid, it is not fixed. And this chip is based on the flow of light signal equipment in the positioning system of our super truck. My meaning is very clear. We can entrust the Find Thing app to design a positioning chip that can be implanted in the human body for us. When Lao Zia said this, almost everyone understood. Yes, the Find Things app does have this ability. Since the appearance of the Find Things app, almost all dog owners have downloaded and registered and use the Find Things app. Of course, there are still many people who use the Find Things app's location stickers to stick to the people they need to track, and then use their mobile phones to track and investigate others. And Lao Zia's idea is based on the harmony of these two. Of course, using location stickers to track and investigate others is prohibited by the Find Things app. Once the Find Things app finds that you use the location stickers to do illegal things, then the Find Things app will blacklist you. After all, everyone is registered with real names. Once you are blacklisted, you will never be able to enjoy the convenience brought to you by the Find Things app. This is a good idea. Now the Find Things app has covered Southeast Asia and China. Once our children are vaccinated with this new type of positioning chip, whether they are in China or some countries in Southeast Asia, or even in South America, we can accurately locate their location. Guan Ku finished speaking, and Jiang Chen nodded. That's right. If this software is used for human body positioning, it can not only solve the problem of lost children, but also solve the big problem of those who abduct women and laborers from Future City to dig coal in the deep mountains. Once they can accurately locate the position of this person, then Future City can send guards to rush to them quickly and rescue them. In this way, the population safety in the Future City area will definitely satisfy every immigrant. Of course, Jiang Chen also saw a good thing from it. After all, the people in Future City are vaccinated with this positioning sticker. If anyone commits a crime, he will be arrested by the Future City police, no matter where he runs to. Okay, let's do it. Lao Zia, this matter is handed over to you, but I have a request. This kind of organization that locates people belongs to top secret privacy. So you can organize the employees of Find Things app to develop a new software specifically for locating the people of Future City. This software must be managed by the Future City Security Bureau. In the future, only the Security Bureau has the right to view the whereabouts of all the people in Future City. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Lao Zia nodded hurriedly. Okay, don't worry about this, brother Jiang. I will let Find Things app research a software like Find Dogs, and then hand it over to the Security Bureau for management. Now there are many people in our future city, and there are many babies born every day. So if you want to implement this matter, it is really expensive. I hope Brother Jiang can transfer the money to me quickly. I want to implement this work as soon as possible, so that we can also provide our people with a safety guarantee as soon as possible. Leozar knows Jiang Chen very well. Jiang Chen does things just for a big heart. So Jiang Chen is a pauper most of the time. Once Jiang Chen has money, as long as you have a project, as long as you ask Jiang Chen for help, you can rest assured that you can definitely take out Jiang Chen's money in a very short time. Therefore, Leozar doesn't want to wait for a few days for others to cheat Jiang Chen's money before he goes to collect the debt. By then, he won't even get a penny. Speaking of money, Jiang Chen immediately took out his mobile phone. I'll transfer it to you now. Seeing how worried you are, when have you asked me for money and I didn't give it to you? Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Leozar came over with a smile and said, Brother Jiang gives us money. You see, we have done a lot for Brother Jiang, right? Let's not talk about anything else. Once our software research is successful, Brother Jiang can just tell the public about our line. Brother Jiang, you can sell as many houses as you build. Brother Jiang, with the current housing prices, the little money I spent is not even enough to cover the cost of a street. Leozar's words are pleasant to the ears. He is a very flexible person. He is not like Guanku, who is a very old-fashioned and rigid person. So Jiang Chen thinks that pairing the two of them together is really a perfect match. Okay, since you've said that, I'll transfer all the money to you. But I'll make it clear that I'll start selling houses in the transfer station next spring, so you have to finish the job before spring. Okay. It won't delay Brother Jiang from selling the house. Jiang Chen transferred the money to Leozar, who happily ran to the door to make a phone call. After receiving the money, he definitely couldn't spend all the 2.1 billion. First of all the positioning systems and positioning stickers used for positioning are already very mature. He only needs to give Zaodongxi.com 100 million or 200 million to settle these things. Then he can use the remaining money to invest in his own Nancheng district and Bicheng district. Chapter 745, Solving the Problem of Missing Children. Leozar and Guanku are in charge of the entire future city. Future City is a prefecture level city. He is also in charge of Qingshan City, Sak City, Kanishan City and Salmon City. In terms of the division of labor in managing the city, Guanku is now the general manager of all cities in the entire Future City area. Although Leozar is the deputy mayor of Future City, he has no jurisdiction over other cities. He is nominally the deputy mayor, but in fact he is only the person in charge of Future City. So in terms of level, he is at the same level as the mayor of Qingshan City. It's just that Future City is a little higher than Qingshan City, so he is the deputy mayor of the entire area. As the head of Future City, the total economic development of Future City can only be on par with Sak City. This is a headache for Leozar. In the future, there will be large enterprises, but there will be no dominant enterprises such as Qingshan City's telecom companies, power groups, and energy recycling groups. So Leozar often gets money from Jiang Chen, and then focuses on the financial internet. Now with the gradual increase in the population of Future City, the economic growth rate of Future City has far surpassed Sak City. Because Sak City has the best medical and pharmaceutical services in the entire Future City area, and it is also a famous rich settlement and tourist base. So in terms of the city's total output value, Future City is still far behind Sak City. After solving the safety issues of the people in Future City, the next thing is very easy to handle, and everything is waiting for tomorrow's execution. When thinking of the execution, Jiang Chen suddenly thought of a good way to make money. So before night fell, Jiang Chen ran to the official website maintenance center of Sak City to do something. A sleepless night. This is really sleepless, because everyone is preparing for the execution of prisoners tomorrow. After dawn, at 9 o'clock in the morning, the countdown to the execution began for the last half an hour. At this time, the official website of Sak City Prison ushered in the first explosive growth of visitor clicks. Fortunately, the Sac City Network department upgraded the website more than a dozen times overnight, otherwise it really couldn't bear it. At 10 o'clock, when the winter sun was the strongest, the 1,000 cuts and cuts event began. At the moment the countdown ended, there were already hundreds of millions of people waiting to watch the official website of Sac City Prison. Welcome to watch the live broadcast of the human traffickers being chopped to pieces in Sac City Prison. Friendly reminder for this live broadcast: by scanning the quarter code below the human traffickers to donate, you can increase the number of human traffickers' knives. The cash donated by scanning the code will be used to establish the Sac City Special Fund for Finding Lost Children. This foundation will connect with the National Federation for Finding Lost Children to jointly find children for free for the families of lost children. This unexpected advertisement instantly blew up the entire message circle. Little barren Fang, damn, there is actually such an operation? Easy vernacular. So what do you think? Should we donate or not? Jiang Chen just squeezed it dry. Do we have to bleed it now? Fang, I can't control my hands. Forget it, donate less, give 200 yuan. Caterpillar's life, everyone has to donate less. I suggest everyone donate 1 or 200 yuan. At least don't let those human traffickers have it easy. Kung Fu Monkey, I will also donate 200 yuan from my bonus. You know, human traffickers all over the world are watching now. We want to scare them, we want to make them tremble when they think of stealing other people's children. After a group of people were formed, donations began soon. The donation designed by Jiang Chen was very unethical. He wrote down the number of children abducted by the criminal and the number of children he participated in killing under each criminal. Then he set a donation quarter code below him, which means that you may have to donate money from several accounts at the same time. But Jiang Chen's good deeds are real, because the money donated in the end will be used to find lost children. The 1,000 cuts and cuts event began. After a forensic doctor cut Wang's Asian twice with a knife, the staff behind him shouted, "The donation has exceeded 2 million. The knife is smaller, and the pain will be doubled. Zhang Zhang over there, add 5 more knives. Yi Chen, add 20 more knives. Why is Yi Chen so much?" After the forensic doctor who performed the surgery said this, the staff also shook their heads. This man named Yi Chen was the one who trafficked the least people among these human traffickers. He was involved in the trafficking of 11 people in total, and there were many people who trafficked more people than him. But what was surprising was that the number of people who donated to his family was several times or even dozens of times that of others. It had only been less than half an hour, and the amount of money donated to Yi Chen had reached more than 7 million. Looking at the number of donors, Jiang Chen was also stunned. Does this Yi Chen have enemies? When Jiang Chen was depressed, he clicked on the prison execution website. The prison execution website had been flooded with barrages, and Jiang Chen burst into laughter when he saw those barrages. Where is humanity? This Yi Chen will definitely not be killed. I saw a lot of him when I was a child. He is the god of war. Pauper, the god of war, returned home and found that his daughter lived in a doghouse. With an order, 100,000 retired soldiers returned to fight in a group. Sac City Prison, you are really screwed this time. Be careful, that is 100,000 retired soldiers will come to wipe you out. Tent, what is 100,000 retired soldiers? Asking people to fight is ultimately about treating them to a meal. Do you know how much it costs to eat and stay for 100,000 people a day? Kung Fu Panda, is Yi Chen someone who is short of these few dollars? He has long since left the human world. Even Yuan Shixianzhen has to bow his head and call him master. Yu Gaodan, Yuan Shixianzhen is nothing. Patriarch Hanjin is not even qualified to know his master. Morning. First there was Yi Chen, and then there was Shan. I will go to the execution ground to get stabbed today. I don't care if I get 10 or 8 stabbed. I will laugh if I get another stabbed. Looking at the cheerful atmosphere, Jiang Chen simply laughed. This bunch of brainless self-media novels have turned such a serious execution ground into a joke. I guess Yi Chen is about to collapse. I just have the same name as the protagonist of those brainless novels. Do you have to play with me like this? If there is a chance he really wants to kill all those idiots, why don't you write more positive energy things when you have something to do? What are you talking nonsense every day? Just before being arrested the day before yesterday, Jiang Chen saw a novel pushed by a new software in China. Master, Grandpa's estate has not been settled yet. You can take this 500 billion pocket money first. No, my breathtakingly beautiful wife will selfish to support me. Seeing this, Jiang Chen vomited. Your mother's 500 billion is just pocket money. If all the property is settled, you can buy the earth, right? Also, have you ever seen a breathtakingly beautiful person killing and selling fish on the street? Even if she kills and sells fish, why should she support a loser like you? Chapter 746. Bad guys hate fake news too. Now the news websites and chat software in China are simply unusable. In addition to the rubbish and fake news released by self-media, there are advertisements for this kind of brain-dead novels everywhere. So if he hadn't been arrested this time, Jiang Chen would have planned to download several news apps in the Sahara region. Although these apps are charged monthly, at least the quality of news and articles is very guaranteed. Especially a few months ago, if you downloaded the Sahara News Client or Cactus News and My Sahara Story Network app, you could still make money every day. Those domestic rubbish self-media saw that Sahara News and Cactus News and other Sahara News were popular, so they swarmed in again. After paying a deposit of 10,000 or 20,000, they started the shameless fake news and title party mode again. These people thought that the client relied on them and relied on them to gain traffic, so they didn't dare to do anything to them. As a result, the early members took screenshots and reported everywhere, and the website suddenly closed nearly 10,000 self-media accounts. So those users who participated in the report each received a considerable amount of money. At least this money is enough for them to pay for 3 or 4 years of membership fees. It's just a pity that the human trafficker Jiang Chen will never have the opportunity to use the news from the Sahara region again. The execution of prisoners is extremely bloody, so Jiang Chen also specially opened a login account, and everyone needs to log in with an account from the Sahara region. These accounts include accounts of various software such as My Sahara Story Network, Cactus Payment, Sahara Chat, etc. After they log in, this website will be automatically blocked for people under the age of 18. The thousands of cuts lasted for nearly half a day. When more than 40 people were executed, the website played the speech of the president of the Legislative Yuan of Future City. The president of the Legislative Yuan is an old man in his 70s, and his hair is all grey. He is a legal expert from China. When he was young, he traveled around the world and learned the laws of countries around the world. So he is also known as the world's legal expert. This is also the reason why Jiang Chen asked him to come out, even though he is so old. Hello everyone, I'm the president of the Legislative Yuan of Future City. Now I declare that according to the additional provisions of the basic law, the leader has the right to submit legal provisions. The clause submitted by the leader this time, to impose the death penalty on human traffickers is established. In the future, as long as you can abduct and sell people in the Future City area, whether it is children, women or adult labor, you will be executed by the Future City in accordance with the law. In addition, this clause stipulates that, if you can abduct and sell children, women, and labor registered in Future City still has the right to issue a global wanted notice for you. Once you are arrested and brought to justice, you will be executed by 1,000 cuts in prison. When the president of the Legislative Yuan was speaking, Jiang Chen even opened a donation code channel under him. Next to the donation code, a few words were specially written. All your donations will be used for the cost of global wanted hunting for people who abducted and sold people registered in Future City. It seems that Jiang Chen will never give up until he squeezes everyone dry. Of course, this donation code is mainly for the local tyrants in Future City to donate. Especially an old man. His hoarse, decisive shouting can move every citizen of Future City. Fengzadao, thank you. Thank you leader for giving us the safest guarantee. Pianist Lee Horan, being in Future City, I feel proud of Future City. Rural education carrot horse, everyone works together. Future City is the future paradise. Carrot Horse donated 5 million directly after speaking. As soon as Carrot Horse came out, it completely detonated the entire Sac City prison website. Panda, Carrot Horse is what a real rich man should look like. After retiring for so many years, he has been running for rural education around the world. Now his rural teacher training program has trained tens of thousands of teachers in poor areas. Last year, Carrot Horse also invested more than 30 million in Future City Normal University to establish a rural education foundation. Future City Normal University will continue to provide teachers training and free training for new teachers in rural areas of China. This is a backbone of mankind. Brother Bear, rich people are different. When people run for a living, your vision will always be limited to living or living better. But when you no longer have to work hard to make a living, you will see a new world. Maybe at that time you will start to help others and make the world a better place. So this is why many people want to live in developed areas. While a group of people were discussing, Jiang Chen, the money-loving king, had already exited the website. He drove directly to the Sac City Information Management Center. Half an hour later, all the live broadcasts ended, and this execution was completely over. After that, it was time for Jiang Chen to divide the money. He and Song Weeping had already agreed that Jiang Chen would charge 10% of all donations on the Sac City prison website. This money will be of great use to Jiang Chen. Now the satellite cities around Future City have basically been built. Only the Future West City leading to the desert has not been built yet. Jiang Chen is preparing to build it after the winter dividend is over. This way, he can start selling houses after the arrival of spring. Maybe by the end of next year, he can complete the construction of the entire Future City. As long as the construction of Future City is completed, he can leave here and march towards the desert. Brother Jiang, you are really a god at making money. How come you have received nearly 4.4 billion in donations just from this live broadcast? It just so happens that we are planning to build a ground light rail transportation system, and this money really solves our big problem. The municipal income of Sac City mainly depends on factory taxes. But after the establishment of Sac City, in order to attract everyone to build factories and invest, Jiang Chen announced to me that everyone would be exempted from fees for 3 years. So now the municipal government of Sac City is simply poor. Like cities in China, they can still make money by selling land, but all the land and houses in Sac City have been sold out. So it can be said without hesitation that a large part of Sac City's current expenditures rely on donations from those wealthy people. Especially Sac City's expenditure on education. If there were no donations from these wealthy people, Sac City would not even be able to pay the teachers' salaries. So let alone the money used to improve transportation. Now Sac City has a registered population of nearly 14 million. Adding tourists and migrant workers, it is nearly 27 million, so their transportation pressure is very high. After the opening of the subway and bus, daily transportation is still very tight. Therefore, Sac City restarted the construction of the ground light rail. The money originally planned for the construction of the ground light rail was taken away by Jiang Chen to build the subway. It happened that this donation could be temporarily diverted to the construction of the light rail. Chapter 747. Borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. When there is no money, all departments will have a trick called rob Peter to pay Paul. Song Weeping also learned it. After all, Future City has no way to support him now, and he can only rely on himself to support his city. If you don't have money, you can borrow from Kingshan City. If you can avoid such embezzlement of public funds, don't do it. Jiang Chen urged Song Weeping to give him money quickly and persuaded him from the side. Today's Kingshan City is rich. Among the 5 cities in the Future City area, its total population is second to last, but its total economic output is the first. Because Kingshan City controls the most core super companies in the Future City area, these companies include water, electricity, communications and clothing. And these super companies are not tax exempt like other cities. So the Kingshan municipal government has so much money that it is piled up in the warehouse, and it is getting moldy. But when it comes to borrowing money, Song Weeping became embarrassed. I have already borrowed a lot, and now I'm embarrassed to borrow more, because I can't pay it back even if I borrow. Zio Song, I believe you will definitely find a way to survive this year. Next year, when you start to collect taxes, these hospitals plus Sahara Pharmaceutical Group, you can pay back the money in half a year. Well, I have something urgent to do. I'm leaving first. Come on. I'm counting on you. After Song Weeping asked the financial department to remit the money to Jiang Chen hurriedly took the opportunity to slip away. If it were normal, Jiang Chen could still listen to his complaints and then generously give him 100 or 200 million. But now it's not possible. The new year is coming soon. Wanjiang village has to go once, and Shangjing has to go back once. In addition, Jiangnan has to go once, and what's worse is that Anna's stepmother has given birth to a child, and the New Year's money is a big problem. If you take too little, it's not justifiable. If you take too much, there are so many relatives and children in other families, and the landlord's family has no surplus food. So I had to slip away. Brother Jiang, wait a little longer. You like Lion's Head from Twin City Hotel the most. I ordered it for you. After Song Weeping finished speaking, Jiang Chen turned around and pointed at his phone and said, I won't eat today. I have to go to Carry City in the afternoon. Happy New Year. Take your children and family out for a walk during the holidays. I have sent the children's red envelopes in advance. Goodbye. Hurry up and have your annual meeting. Don't come to see me off. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Weeping helped to open the phone, and Jiang Chen sent him a red envelope in Sahara chat. Clicking on the red envelope, there was more than 1.5 million in it. That's right, Song Weeping has 3 children in total, and each child received 500,000 New Year's money. Last year, because Jiang Chen was relatively poor, he gave each child 100,000. But this year is different. Sahara region earns more money every year than the previous year, and Jiang Chen's dividends are also more. So Jiang Chen has never been stingy with these local governors in various parts of the future city and the executives of Sahara Group. Brother Jiang, it's a bit too much. Don't worry, take it. Everyone has so much. After leaving Sac City, Jiang Chen went to the hospital on purpose. He wanted to see the little boy. It must be said that Jiang Chen saw his own shadow in him more or less. Of course, Jiang Chen also saw a spirit in him, a spirit of perseverance, which is also the Sahara spirit that Jiang Chen has always advocated. When he arrived at the hospital, Jiang Chen wore casual clothes and a mask, plus a thick down jacket, so it was difficult for ordinary people to recognize him. After entering the little boy's ward, a large number of reporters had already squeezed into the little boy's bed. Excuse me, why did you insist, even though your arm was broken? Because I know that, if I don't insist, my sister will die. Do you trust your leader so much? Are you so sure that he will meet you? As far as I know, many Chinese leaders say one thing in public and another in private. After a foreigner finished speaking, the little boy glared at him and said, I don't allow you to say that to him. The leader will never give up on any of us. But you are not his people, and he has no obligation to care about your life or death. He is the leader of all the poor, the leader of everyone. After the little boy finished yelling, several other reporters in the ward glared at the foreigner and shouted, if you treat a child like this again, we ask you to get out. After several reporters finished speaking, the foreigner shrugged his shoulders and said, yes, they are all right. You can't tolerate different voices. This is a sad thing, and I feel very disappointed. It's not that we can't tolerate different voices. We just can't tolerate someone who tells lies with open eyes. After several reporters finished speaking, they pushed the foreigner aside. After all, the opportunity they got to interview was very precious. What do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a bodyguard. When I grow up, a bodyguard for the leader, protecting him like he protects my sister. Jiang Chen's eyes instantly turned red when he heard the boy's firm reply. People are emotional animals. When you are really good to others, they will also be really grateful to you. Although there are some scumbags, it is undeniable that most of us are good. When Jiang Chen appeared at the door, several reporters also found him. So a group of reporters swarmed towards Jiang Chen again. He was often afraid that everyone would disturb the children, so he walked straight into the house. Huashan, you don't have to be my bodyguard to protect me. In future city, every job you do is to help me. Even if it is a very ordinary job, it has its value. Come on. Get well. I came to see you on the way today. Remember to be a person who contributes to society. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he put down a card and turned away. There was some money in the card, which was enough for the 2 siblings to live until they grew up. Looking at Jiang Chen's back as he left, everyone nodded. Yes, even a very ordinary job has its value. You just need to do what you are doing well, then you are contributing to this society and mankind. Of course, the prerequisite is that what you do is not illegal. On the way to Cary City, Jiang Chen clicked on Cactus News. Cactus News is different from Sahara News. Sahara News focuses on news from China and the Sahara region. Cactus News focuses on foreign news. Of course, my Sahara story network is a hodgepodge. Clicking on Cactus News, the homepage shows a news article about a US TV show. This news is a video. After clicking on the news, a bald foreigner is giving an impassioned speech. Below the bald foreigner's name, it is marked that he is a member of the US Human Rights Council, and the main content of his speech is a human rights issue in the Sahara region. Chapter 748, Innate Arrogance Towards the Desert. TV programs in the United States are very popular because they dare to say anything on TV, and they often invite people who dare to fart. Did you see that? They just peeled off the flesh of a living person one by one. What's the difference between this behavior and that of primitive people? In such a place, they dare to say that they are a place that respects democracy, human rights and freedom. Do you believe what they say? Ha 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 ha. We definitely don't believe what he said, let alone us. Even a pig wouldn't believe it. Any developed country or region has abolished the death penalty. But everyone knows that those people in those places in Central Asia have some special beliefs, which are extremely terrible. So there will be killings for no reason in that place, and your personal safety there is not guaranteed at all. I advise this so-called desert god not to be an executioner anymore. I'm advising those who want to go to the desert that the United States is a place with real human rights, freedom and democracy. In the TV interview, the host and the man in the background chatted passionately. However, the people who watched the video were all cursing. It must be said that this group of people is misleading those who have never been to the Saharan region. Now people are focusing on those rich and powerful places. They are prejudiced and arrogant towards Central Asia. Not to mention that it is the desert era now. They always think that Central Asia in the desert era is a barren land. That's a nice thing to say. If I catch any criminals again, I will drive them all to the United States. Don't you have human rights? If you dare to beat them or arrest them, or do anything unfavorable to them, I will say you have no human rights. Jiang Chen cursed a few times and turned off the video angrily. After turning off the video, Jiang Chen still felt unsatisfied, so he picked up the phone and called the director of the Public Security Administration Bureau of Future City. Although it is the New Year's time now, Jiang Chen is not in the mood to wish him a happy new year. After the call was connected, Jiang Chen said directly to him, question all those who are sentenced to death in prison. If they have the ability to go to the United States, then I will release them immediately. If they commit capital crimes again in the United States, they can still come to me for refuge. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the director of the Public Security Administration was stunned, but since the desert god said so, he had nothing to argue, so he could only execute it. After hanging up the phone with the Public Security Bureau, Jiang Chen called the president of Cactus News again. Now Jiang Chen has the phone numbers of the heads of major groups in the Future City area and the various branches under the group. After the call was connected, Jiang Chen directly gave orders to the CEO of Cactus News. He wanted Cactus News to pay full attention to the death row prisoners released from the Future City prison and their situation in the United States. Of course, they must also report on them comprehensively. Once they commit a crime, if the United States arrests them, they will immediately report on a large scale. Jiang Chen just wants to vent his anger. You disgust me. I will not tolerate it. I have mastered this kind of black technology in the desert, and I still have to tolerate you every day. Am I a fucking Ninja Turtle? So if you disgust me, I will reach out and hit you in the face. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen crossed his legs and sat in the car and went directly to Cary City. Cary City is a place Jiang Chen must come to because Cary City has a population of nearly 700,000. Of course, this population is simply a drop in the bucket for Sac City, but Cary City is different from Sac City. Cary City is an extremely important military town. Cary City is located between the Afghan army supported by the United States and the student army supported by the Rosa country. It is also a buffer zone between its own Future City and the Afghan country, so its strategic use is very obvious. Of course, the current Cary City is not only a military town, but also a processing industry base. Kerry City undertakes the task of transferring many chemical companies and companies that rely on manpower production in Sac City. Today, Kerry City has nearly 1,000 companies. There are also nearly 400,000 foreign population working in Kerry City, and the number of refugees in Kerry City has reached nearly 1 million. So now, adding up all these populations, the current Kerry City is already a city with a population of nearly 3 million. Such a city is already considered a large city in China. Of course, because of its developed processing industry, its economic level is also ranked first among the small desert countries around the planet. After leaving Sac City, there is only one way to go to Kerry City, that is to take the subway. Because there is an invisible glass barrier between Sac City and Kerry City, and it is precisely because of this glass barrier that the ground connection between Kerry City and Sac City is blocked. Therefore, there is no traffic on the ground, and no planes in the sky, so you can only take the subway. After taking the subway from the transfer station in the south of Sac City through the vast desert, and rushing to Kerry City, it was already evening. After coming out of the subway station, Jiang Chen's first feeling was cold. The kind of bone-chilling cold. And looking around, there was a grey and yellow world everywhere. This is what the real primitive desert should look like. Brother Jiang, you have worked hard. Standing in the wind and sand, as soon as the wind blew, pieces of yellow sand floated in the distance. A military jeep had been waiting in the cold wind. 2 tanks were parked next to the jeep, and there were hundreds of soldiers with guns following the tanks. Xiaomar, it's not hard. You are stationed in this place all year round, so you are really hard working. Xiaomar is the mayor of Kerry City. He is only in his 30s. He was one of the deputy mayors when Sac City was first established. After Kerry City was leased, he volunteered to be transferred to Kerry City to work. After listening to Jiang Chen's words, Xiaomar felt warm in his heart, and his eyes were even a little sour. This kind of encouragement from the most respected person is the most touching. Thank you, Jiang brother. Xiaomar bowed after speaking, and Jiang Chen hurriedly helped him up. It's windy and sandy here, let's go directly to the city to talk. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xiaomar nodded, and the two got in the car and the jeep drove towards the sand dunes in the distance. Kerry City is nearly 30 miles away from Kerry City subway station. This is Jiang Chen's first time here. He doesn't know why the subway station is not built directly to the center of Kerry City. So when he was sitting in the car, Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone and cursed secretly. System prompt. This seed can only be planted within the legal scope of your control, or in places without sovereignty disputes. After Jiang Chen finished cursing, and saw the system prompt, he sighed helplessly. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 749, The Real Desert of Death. The jeep traveled through the desert for half an hour before reaching Kerry City. Along the way, Jiang Chen encountered many trucks. The trucks had a hard time moving in the wind and sand. The trucks were covered with oilcloth. Jiang Chen didn't know what was being pulled inside. Brother Jiang, this road has become much easier to travel. When I first came here, there were no roads here, and there were sand dunes everywhere. Nothing could be transported. Since we have a subway here, I have led people to use nets and cloth to cover that piece of desert, so now the wind and sand are much less. Looking out the window, Jiang Chen was puzzled when he saw the wind and sand that could not be seen from a distance of 200 or 300 meters. This was still a small wind and sand, so what was a big wind and sand? Brother Jiang, the environment here is a bit harsh, especially now that the wind and sand are getting stronger and stronger. Even the Luotia Kingdom and the United States are willing to reduce their garrisons in the Ahun Kingdom. So, why don't you go back? Otherwise there is no good place to stay here at night. Jiang Chen could already guess the hard life in Kerry City when such a prime location next to the station was so bad. Originally, according to Jiang Chen's plan, he came to Kerry City to appease the leaders who were spending the new year here, and then took a car to Wang Pang's place for a drink. However, Jiang Chen suddenly had the urge to stay. You can all live here, why can't I? Just drive. Today, I will live here. Don't give me preferential treatment. I will live in the military camp. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xiaomar became more nervous. The military camp is the place with the worst accommodation conditions. Moreover, there is still a war outside the city now, which can be. Brother Jiang, forget about the military camp. There is a hotel in the city. I will make an appointment for you. Just the military camp. Jiang Chen closed his eyes after speaking. He was a little tired. When they were about to arrive at Kali City, the wind and sand were much weaker. Normally, the wind and sand are not so strong, and only when winter comes, will the wind and sand from the desert come. Looking at Kali City, the first thing you see from a distance is a city wall. The city wall looks like an antique, at least in Jiang Chen's impression. However, the walls of Kali City are all made of earth, and because of the winter storm, these walls are in ruins. Brother Jiang, we are here, Xiaomar said, and soon Jiang Chen saw a door in the wall that was connected to the sand dunes. The door was not made strong. Wooden doors are easy to rot in the wind and sand. What's more, this place is sunny every day. If it is exposed to the sun, no matter how good the wood is, it will be useless. After entering the city gate, there are checkpoints on both sides of the city gate, and a tank is parked at the gate. Since entering the territory of Kari City, Jiang Chen has felt more and more war atmosphere. Entering Kari City from the north gate, Jiang Chen's worldview was refreshed again after entering the city. According to the annual report, the economy of Kari City is still good. But when you really go to Kari City, you will definitely doubt whether the annual report is true. Because with the GDP of Kari City, it can be regarded as a 4th tier city in China. But the Kari City in front of him is full of low and dilapidated houses, and even 3-story buildings are rare. He is simply incomparable to the old city of Sak, although Jiang Chen always feels that the old city of Sak is a rural area. But the city of Kari in front of him is simply a slum. Now I can understand why people living in the old city of Sak say that they are the largest city in the local area. Jiang Chen sighed. He rolled down the window, and there were several rows of shabby tents on both sides of the road. A group of children in tattered clothes were playing in front of the government gate. Jiang Chen doubted whether they could survive this cold winter with those thin clothes. It's like hell here. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xiaomar hurriedly shook his head. No, Jiang Chen, this is the paradise that the people of the Kanat long for. Look, how happy those children are playing. They don't have to worry about shells exploding around them at any time. They don't have to worry about becoming orphans at any time. They don't even have to worry about bread and water. In the desert, as long as they can survive, it is heaven. After Xiaomar finished speaking, the children standing by the dusty road saw his car coming. They hurriedly stood up and saluted the convoy. Xiaomar also rolled down the window, took out a handful of candy from his pocket, and threw it over, and a group of children started to grab it frantically. This scene suddenly reminded Jiang Chen of his childhood. When someone got married, they would also throw candy from the upstairs. In the era of material shortages, the small candy was the sweetest thing in his childhood memory. Thank you. Thank you. Many women came out of the tent. The clothes they wore were also very shabby. Many women had black veils on their faces, and the black veils were also rotten with many holes. They can speak very little Chinese, and can only say a few simple thank yous. These are all refugees who have fled. I settled them all in the North City district. I will give them food and water on time every day, and their men will help me build nets to resist the wind and sand. These women look after their children at home and do some handicrafts. I heard that the handicrafts they make are very popular in Sak City. Xiaomar was full of pride when he introduced to Jiang Chen. It can be seen that the people here respect Xiaomar very much, just like the respect they give to themselves. Don't they have a salary? No. We can't afford to pay them. We need to buy all the food and drinks for these refugees, and we have to spend money to buy these things. In addition, our place is very windy and sandy. In order to withstand the winter storm, we must constantly build defense positions and underground tunnels. The underground soil in the desert is extremely unstable, and it takes time, effort, and money to build. So most of the workers here don't have a salary. The current Kari City is completely different from the future city. One is like heaven and the other is like hell. Perhaps it shouldn't be hell, because there are people in the desert who live 100 times or 1000 times worse than them. Here are just a group of people who are working hard to survive. After the deputy mayor next to him finished speaking, Jiang Chen fell silent. Needless to say, the children here must not be able to read, and there may not even be a school here. Jiang Chen really couldn't imagine that there was such a poor area in the place he had been in charge of. At this moment, Jiang Chen was really grateful to himself, grateful that he could come to Carry City in person. Otherwise, the people of Carry City might always have to live in this place, where they have to work hard to survive. Why not buy some grass seeds? With grass seeds, they can fix all the sand dunes next to Carry City. Speaking of grass seeds, Xiaomar shook his head helplessly. I can't afford it. It's too expensive. Chapter 750, Helplessness in the Land of Death. Nowadays, the grass seeds of Sahara seed group cost 1000 yuan per square meter, and places like Carry City simply cannot afford Bermuda lawns. Not to mention Carry City, even if China does not buy on credit, they cannot afford to grow Bermuda lawns. Haven't I stipulated it? All internal areas only need 50 yuan per square meter to get Bermuda lawn seeds. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xiaomar sighed. We can't afford it even at 50 yuan, not to mention that our place belongs to the concession area, and the seed group has no seed budget for us. After Xiaomar finished speaking, the car was still bumping towards the center of Carry City. However, the road became bumpier and bumpier as we got closer to the city. The reason for the bumps was simple. There were dirt roads next to the city center. After entering the city, the road was paved with some stones. Naturally, the car would be much bumpier on the stones than on the dirt road. I have transferred thousands of enterprises here. The tax revenue of these thousands of enterprises is not small, right? You always say that you have no money. Where did the money go? Jiang Chen was a little unhappy. Although the enterprises he settled in Carry City were not as powerful as those in Salmon City, they still paid a large part of the tax every year. Brother Jiang, all the tax money collected every year is used for the survival of the people. Xiaomar was also a little aggrieved. He didn't take a penny of the money. After saying this, Xiaomar opened his palm computer, which was full of the city government's expenses. Brother Jiang, look, we don't have water here. Before the subway was opened, our water had to be transported from China by plane. Although the price of water sold to us by the special zone is not expensive, the freight is really expensive. Now that the subway has been opened, our water can be transported from Metro Line 6, but the water supply for more than 2 million people in Carry City is a huge expense. Speaking of water use, Carry City is the best in water conservation among all cities, let alone others. Even Xiaomar, the mayor, gets very little water every day. If it weren't for picking up Jiang Chen today, Xiaomar wouldn't even wash his face. He couldn't bear to throw away the water for washing his face and use the small basin of water to cook rice. Don't ask why he didn't use it to wash rice and vegetables, because all the rice and vegetables in Carry City don't need to be washed. It's not that they don't need to be washed, but water is so precious that you don't want to wash rice. It's not just water. All the food we eat in Carry City is transported from the subway. All of this food is paid for by our city government, because those refugees have no money. You can't starve them to death. As for food, the food in Carry City is much more expensive in other places. Take an ordinary loaf of bread, which may only cost 2 yuan in mainland China, but it may cost 6 yuan in Sac City. But after getting this bread to Carry City, he has to pay at least 15 yuan. So the wages of those refugee workers can't support a family at all. Listening to Xiaomar's grievances, almost everyone who came to Carry City with him couldn't help but shed tears. These are indisputable facts. But this is also the life that each of them is living. Everyone has worked hard. I will not forget the contribution you have made to Carry City. I think all the people in Carry City will not forget it either. I came here today to rescue you. Don't worry, before I leave, I will definitely solve the problem of water supply inside. Water, this is the biggest expense in Carry City. Water is not only the biggest expense in Carry City, it is also one of the biggest expenses for the troops stationed in the Akan Kingdom by the Rosa Kingdom and the United States. Moreover, with the increasing severity of desertification, the water price in the entire Rakan kingdom has now risen to the sky. So if the villagers can help them solve the water supply problem at this time, then Kari City can even dominate the chaotic situation in the Akan kingdom. Thank you, Brother Jiang. If the problem of drinking water can be solved, this is already the best good news for the people in the Akan kingdom. Rushing to the Kari City government building, the so-called Kari City government building is just a 3-story brick and tile house. Don't underestimate brick and tile houses. In the Great Desert, this is definitely a luxury. This 3-story brick and tile house, all the cement and bricks were transported from Sac City by subway. These things are worthless in Sac City, but once they are transported by subway, their prices will be high. Brother Jiang, this is a city hall building. Don't underestimate it. Even if the American planes come, they can't blow it down. After Xiaomar said this, all the municipal staff laughed. Indeed, this small house is a holy place in the hearts of the people of Kari City, because it symbolizes safety and survival. It was dinner time, and Jiang Chen did not choose to go to the hotel. Hotels are places for rich people to stay. Of course, the real rich people are not willing to invest in this place. The main reason why those companies are willing to come here is that they value taxation. In Kari City, the tax they have to pay is 1/10 of that in Salmon City. In Kari City, the wages they need to pay are also 1/10 of the workers in Salmon City. So this is also the reason why those businessmen are willing to build factories in barren land like Kari City. After entering the small building, there are only 3 floors above the building, but 2 floors of office buildings are built below. The Kari City consolation meeting was held in the hall on the first floor of the basement. Nearly 100 people had gathered in the hall. All of them were politicians or representatives of the Business Association of Kari City. The leader is here. Welcome everyone. Xiaomar shouted to everyone, and soon everyone applauded. Jiang Chen waved his hand and bowed to everyone who could only hide in the desert every day. Many people here could live a comfortable and happy life in Sac City or Future City, but they did not choose comfort. They chose to come to the most dangerous, poorest and most difficult place in the world, nothing else. After Jiang Chen bowed to everyone, he picked up the wine glass on the table. The wine glass was filled with wine. These wines were specially customized from Wanjiang wine industry, because Jiang Chen was coming. No more words. Brothers who are struggling in a foreign country, I toast to you. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and drank a glass of wine. And those who were called brothers by Jiang Chen had already been moved to tears. Jiang Chen sometimes wondered, what is worship? What is faith? When he was studying in China, he often saw the leader of a small country next door go to inspect the local area, and the people there would be moved to tears. At that time, Jiang Chen felt that it was fake and a joke. But as Jiang Chen turned the desert into an oasis, as Jiang Chen allowed more people to have a new home, and as Jiang Chen allowed more people to live a fairy-like life, Jiang Chen felt that they had crossed nationalities and languages to start worshipping him. Even now, many fanatical young people have turned this worship into faith. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.